As the players are leaving the tunnels here for game two, it's John on here with you Thursday night, April 20th, 2023. How's everybody doing out there today? It's game two between the Winnipeg Jets and the Vegas Golden Knights. I'm happy to have the nightcap with you after a day off. Let's get into the starting lineup. So for the Winnipeg Jets, they were 46, 33, and 3 on the season. You know about the struggles. They started and they finally got in as the wild card spot number two, and they took the first game in this series. It's Pierre-Luc Dubois, Kyle Connor, and Mark Scheifele with Josh Morrissey and Dillon DeMelo. Vlad Nemestikov, Nino Niederreiter, and Blake Wheeler. And Nemestikov will be in the top line because no Nikolaj Ehlers, who was a game-time decision. Brenden, Dillon, and Neal Pionk will be the back-end defense. Adam Lowry, Morgan Barron, the one who got about 70 stitches and sutures. He is on the third line side with Mason Appleton. And then Kevin Stanley, David Gustafson, and Sacramento Linen with Dylan Sandberg and Nate Schmidt. Connor Hellebuck will be in that where he wasn't really tested all that much in game one. And for the Vegas Golden Knights, it sounds like this: Jack Eichel, Chandler, Stephenson, Mark Stone with Alec Martinez and Alex Pietrangelo. I know some fans were pretty critical about Mark Stone's performance in game one, but don't forget he's missed about 3 months with the back issues. I think he might end up on the third line now in this game. William Karlsson, Reilly Smith, Jonathan Marchessault, Brayden McNabb, and Shea Theodore, Nicholas Wide, Barbashev, and Phil Kessel, with Brett Houghton, Michael Amadio, and Keegan Colstar. It'll be Zach Whitecloud and Nicholas Haig on the back end defense with Laurent Brossoit. So when we get into the numbers here, as we're going to get into both Canadian and American national anthems, I'll just throw this out there quickly. Road splits for Vegas 26, 7, and 8. The Jets are 20, 20, and 1, and that's of note because they absolutely decimated the Vegas Golden Knights in the Fortress the other day. They won 5-1. For Winnipeg, the standouts were Kyle Connor and Pierre-Luc Dubois with a goal. Adam Lowry had a pair. Blake Wheeler also had a goal and 2 assists as they outshot the Golden Knights 31-17. As you mentioned in the first period, Morgan Barron, he was trying to go ahead for a loose puck scrum. He ended up falling down in one of the goalie's skates, and Laurent Brossoit took 70 stitches or more to the face on that side, but he came back in and played, and no doubt it certainly pumped up the rest of the team. For Vegas, they got the lone goal for William Karlsson. I was wondering if Brossoit, who stopped 26 out of 30, will be in net and pace for Jonathan Quick, but right now I believe it's Brossoit, but we will get the clarifications here after the anthems. Of note, again, this was not an overtime game. This was a regulation win, 5-1 for Winnipeg. 65-51 were the hits in favor of the Vegas Golden Knights. Very physical game. And for Winnipeg, per usual, is Cole Perfetti. He's missed the last couple of months. Nikolaj Ehlers was a game-time decision. He's not going to play. William Carrier is out for Vegas, and the goaltender who won the first half All-Star, the rookie Logan Thompson, he is unavailable tonight. After we get to the rest of the anthems, I will get you into the puck drop shortly. Performed tonight by Golden Knights, Cornell Johnson. Oh, say, can you see? So as we get to the American National Anthem with Cornell Johnson on that side, I know he always does the Vegas stuff, and then they'll pound the drums and all the other things that they got going on at T-Mobile. I mentioned this before the COVID side. I was able to actually go to T-Mobile one time. And that was when the Red Wings played. It was Anthony Mathis for the OT winner in the game regulation. So if you ever get a chance to go to T-Mobile, I encourage you to do so. It's a lot of fun on that end. I'm very curious to see what's going to happen tonight between these two teams because if we're all being honest with ourselves, Winnipeg Jets played the best game they played throughout all season against Vegas. I understand Vegas is a good team. And I understand that they were able to pace the Pacific and the Western Conference all year. But when I still looked at it, and again, no Ehlers tonight, we still have Pierre-Luc Dubois, Kyle Connor, Mark Scheifele, some of the other big names. Josh Morrissey is absolutely terrific. I think the Jets have that same type of personnel that can be strong. And Connor Hellebuck, no question about it, he's the best goaltender in this series. You really can't argue that one way or the other on that side. He really is. So I think the Golden Knights are going to have their hands full. And I'll say this, for as good as, and we talked about the road splits from the very beginning, for as good as Vegas is on that side of the road, and they can very well win both games in the Canadian Life Center, I think they got to win tonight at the Fortress and T-Mobile. If they don't win tonight, I think the Jets honestly are going to close this out. I said Jets in 6 right from the open. We will see if that ends up panning out to be the case. I'm certainly not going to write out the Golden Knights, but if they only keep the same level of prospective activity in Game 1, as you mentioned, with the low amount of shot totals, they're going to be in trouble. They got to be able to get some more traffic in front of Connor Hellebuyck. So let's get into puck drop here. Connor Hellebuyck is playoff career 17, 19, 242, 921, and 3 shutouts. Just on that side, his numbers are terrific. And on the other end, it's still Marchessault. Just 2 games in this playoffs, 0-1, 419 goals against 842 save percentage, and no shutouts. Kind of got shelled in that last game. And as we said, Winnipeg played their best game of the series, as they're showing Morgan Barron right now. And he is all stitched up toward the left side of his face. As mentioned, he got took Brossoit's skate into his face. He's in the full mask. So Adam Lowry is the one that wins the draw, and we are underway. So the Jets are going to be going left to right. They're in the white shirts with the black pants and the blue striping, and the mustard gold here for the Vegas Golden Knights and the Fortress with the black pants. As this is picked up off the backhand, and Lowry delivers a huge hit on the other end, as this will go back, and Vegas will touch. They're going to go right to left here in this first. And admittedly, we are going to see if the Golden Knights will tie this series back up at 1, or if the Jets will take a 2-0 series lead. It'd be absolutely commanding. They can be poised for an upset. This team is really good. I've tried to mention that all those times when we did the capsules just before these games started. So toward the right wing side, here's Connor with the sauce pass, and this goes through just for Morrissey as Scheifele tries to race for it. Now he's on his back skate with Connor. Great job there. The Commerce Township, Michigan native sends this one across, and the Michigan Wolverines got it now off the drop pass. Tries to pick it off the back for Pierre-Luc Dubois, and this will be centered off of the back of the inboards, and this will be picked off by the Golden Knights as this is collected by Alec Martinez. But a great step through there by Scheifele, able to force the steal, trying to keep this alive off the forehand and center it back in the high slot. Here's a chance that's quickly brushed aside as Brossoit got a piece of it. The play is still live. I thought the Golden Knights were going to get a tripping call on that side, but this still stays with the Jets. Jets now, as this is Lowry looking for the extra pass for the one-timer toward the left dot, and that goes wide across the right wall. As this is sent back around for Nito Niederreiter, he tries to find it, and Alec Martinez able to give a look at it, but this will be quickly put back in for Mason Appleton. And another shot. Oh, this one spun over the net after it was a sprawling, spinning attempt for Brossoit. But he made the first save. This still stays with the Jets now as they're immediately buzzing. It's 2-0. Here's another opportunity that gets brushed aside. 3 quick chances for the Winnipeg Jets as this is Vladimir Mestikov gets us across the neutral zone and dump back in across the red line now, where this will be picked up by Brayden McNabb. A very auspicious start for the Golden Knights. That's kind of how it was is game 1 as they go off sides. Right now, the shot board on Sportsnet, as we're watching this on CBC, reads 4-0 in favor of the Jets. And Laurent Brossoit at least made a couple saves that maybe already could have been considered goals as Nito Niederreiter and Nate Schmidt combined for a combo play that had Vladimir Mestikov and a recipient for a rebound. He just wired it high. Would have already put the Jets up 1-0. That's exactly what they want to do. Again, there's no guarantees from the Jets made the playoffs the year prior in the sense of it that when they go home, they'll be able to win these games. But their road splits have not been very good. But as it stands, they're poised to take a 2-0 series lead as we get our first stoppage with 17-29 in the first. John, here with you today. It's a solo call for me on Twitter Spaces on the YouTube side. If you have any comments, questions, and concerns, always let me know. The money line is in favor of Vegas steadily. It's -150. Winnipeg is at +120. Right off the draw, Stephenson will fire this one wide as this gets collected now by Vegas. And they'll spin this around for Jonathan Marchessault. And this will go back to the defense now as this is flipped up. And this goes wide up over the glass, and we'll do it again as Adam Lowry got this partially deflected before it hit Connor Hellebuyck. 17-14. We'll have to go on the first as Bruce Cassidy is the one that looks on. And Bruce Cassidy is an excellent coach. But again, I think even he, going in the locker room, game plans, optional skates, whatever else, a franchise playoff low of 17 shots last game. As we said, they've got to be able to keep that work level up if they want to be able to do something against Connor Hellebuyck. You got to be able to test him consistently because he is that good. So face-off loss in the offensive end. This will allow the Winnipeg Jets that was Scheifele, their first line. It'll be a sauce pass. This just eluded Pierre-Luc Dubois, and Scheifele will spin it back safely to their defense. Be a lone Vegas forechecker, but won't be able to escape it. Neal Pionk, William Karlsson trying to deliver the body, forced the steal! And this was an opportunity in the middle of the slot that got shot high on the left wall. And this will go back to the hot dog man. Phil Kessel gets us across the red line now. And Neal Pionk goes back down the ice. Pionk now being hunted by a couple Golden Knights. He gets taken down like a turnstile, but somehow gets this out the other way. Is Winnipeg safely off the drop. Nice give and go opportunity. And that goes off the right skate of Marchessault. They faked the one-time pass a couple of times. Number 55, Scheifele, leaving it for Connor. Entered the traffic and knocked down one of the Jets, but they were able to send this one back out. This will go into the neutral zone for D for Pionk. And Pionk will get this back off of an entry pass here for Schmidt. Schmidt now with his pass attempt will go near the left side of the red line where Marchessault will touch. And this will leave it here now for the Jets. Toward the right side wall, the fired into the traffic, and this is picked up by the Mustard Gold. And now they'll try to go right to left, but cancel out toward the right side wall as Dillon DeMelo will get this off the backhand side now and off the spin. Nate Schmidt gets hit with the other player by the Golden Knights, and this is sent back down for Marchessault. Calling the play this, the defensive partner, Zach Whitecloud, as he gets roughed off the puck. And this is picked back up by Connor. And now Josh Morrissey, he is very good at setting up his teammates. Again, at over 65 assists in the regular season. As this is a good entry pass, but this is picked off into the neutral zone now. It's a 3-on-2 developing. Phil Kessel, he looked for a sauce pass in toward the middle of the slot, and that one got deflected off one of the Jets. As Morrissey, down to a knee, tries to chip this out in front, the Jets will just casually flip this down the ice. It'll be a race for the puck. We'll see who gets this battle. Vladimir Mestikov gets taken down on an absolute trip, and we get a hand in the air at 15:05. And according to the fans, Rick Bowness can't believe it, but Vladimir Mestikov is going to want to be going to the box. And I will admittedly have to take an extra look at this just to see if that is indeed the right call. So Neal Pionk, in his other end, he makes it past to Dillon, as he got sandwiched with the puck by showing the turnover as Karlsson ended up firing it wide. I think this is the replay we're going to get now. The double one-timer set up there. The Scheifele's opportunity was stopped by Marchessault. Now we finally get to look at it here. And yeah, I think Morrissey had the handheld of one of the Golden Knights there on that side, rather than Michael Amadio. So it's a hold 4:55. This is going to be a power play here for the Golden Knights. So offensive zone draw loss as Dillon DeMelo gets this one out. And this is sent down all the way across the ice. Well, this will be played with the stick of Marchessault. So it's an early power play opportunity for VGK. They were 0 for 3 in the first game. It's 14:45 left to go in the first, about a minute 35 left to go on the power play. As this will be sent back in the high slot. Alex Pietrangelo now. We'll get this back. Picked up now. What a beautiful passing play and a score! Eichel sets it up. Now they're saying no. The ref blows it dead. Hellebuyck was down. I thought this was across the red line, and he waited about an extra 15 seconds, and I thought I waited enough too. But Vegas, Mark Stone says check it. Pietrangelo says check it as well. And we are going to have to wait the ref's decision. This was a great passing play. Eichel with the one across. That was a diving opportunity to the left post by Connor Hellebuyck. He slides over, and he got a piece of it with his left glove. But as it fell underneath, the puck was out of the line of sight for my end. It was out of the line of sight for the referee. We don't know if the puck is underneath Hellebuyck when he slid over to the left side or not. And now the refs are going to have to go over and make sure to see. Hellebuyck made a hell of an effort. He was able to slide over that left post, but now the only question is whether or not the puck is underneath him at 14:35 in the first. So I believe the call, no goal immediately. They wave it off. So Connor Hellebuyck with a fantastic save at 14:45 in the first. He was able to slide over, but I thought the puck was underneath him. But as we get the blown up look on the red line, we can't see anything on that side. So that's why the refs blew it dead immediately. And now the face-off win for the Golden Knights are going to have to do this again. So Connor Hellebuyck, immediately the first shot of the game, thought was going to be an automatic goal there for Vegas. But Hellebuyck answers, and now it's going to be a power play still continuing with a minute 30 left to go in this power play. 14:35 official in the first round. I'm here with you for Game 2, watching the CBC Sportsnet feed between Winnipeg and Vegas. So another opportunity for Chandler Stephenson, well over 55% of the draw. And this is attempt number 3 as the fans are getting a little restless, and so am I. Stephenson wins it clean. Eichel with a huge one-timer as Marchessault couldn't locate it. So 2 prime opportunities as that shot dislodged the mask of Connor Hellebuyck. And I think he's shaking up something in toward the face and the nose area. So Chandler Stephenson wins it clean. As it's sent back around, Eichel able to just blast this thing to the right side dot and dislodge the straps in the back of the mask of Connor Hellebuyck as it hit him right in the grill. And we got to stop it. Anytime the mask comes off, that's going to give you an automatic stoppage. And anytime in the sense of it, again, he's probably getting his bell rung a little bit as Connor on that end. But anytime you get those stoppages with the mask, automatically blown dead. And back in the day, if you're going way back, when you're thinking about some of the Red Wings legends, Terry Sawchuk, those goalies played without a mask. As Connor Hellebuyck is trying to check now toward his eye to see if he got smoked with the puck. It looks like he's got a cut in toward the top right of his eye. So thank goodness the mask was able to protect Connor Hellebuyck. But yeah, he's gashed. Now this is a very interesting start to this game. It's a goal that we thought that Connor Hellebuyck was going to give up, and then the shot opportunity for Eichel. Now it's going to be a bandage above the right eye of Connor Hellebuyck. And now with the mask on that, so we have to make sure that there's nothing going to be obstructing the goaltender's vision. And if you're Vegas, again, we'll see. Just fire as many shots at Connor Hellebuyck, see if you can kind of get anything going on. That shot opened up a cut from Connor Hellebuyck, and that was with the mask on. It's all over the right side of his face. So they got the freezing spray, and they got everything else. Everyone got opened up. That's nasty. But Connor Hellebuyck is back in, and they're showing Morgan Barron on the other end. His left eye's all bloodshot. He took a skate to the face. So wounded, mended soldiers here for the Winnipeg Jets. Here's another face-off win by Stephenson. And here's an opportunity for Pietrangelo as that one shot up high and flipped down the ice. So very interesting start to this game. And there's already been a lot of wounded soldiers here for the Winnipeg Jets. And again, one of them, Nikolaj Ehlers, who's a game-time decision. He's not going tonight. But Morgan Barron with the 70 stitches and sutures is. And Connor Hellebuyck, who just got cut up to the right side of the face with the mask on against Eichel's shot. He's caught toward the right side of his eye, but he's still in the net. So it's 0-0, 5 shots to 2 in favor of the Jets. As this is sent back around, Ivan Barbashev. This is still a power play for Vegas. Alex Pietrangelo, as this is near the left side dot for Eichel. And this gets sent down by Adam Lowry. And this will be Pietrangelo. Get a chance to recollect this here for Eichel. Eichel now fakes a pass. Slowly trying to skate his way into the neutral zone. This is sent back around for Hellebuyck. Wonder if he's still feeling the effects a little bit of the cut above his right eye. And again, that's with the full mask that he got killed from an Eichel shot. Backhanded opportunity. Sent in by the Jets. They'll kill time shorthanded here. Vegas, about 10 seconds left to go on their first power play of the game. And this is sent back across. Nicely worked to the right. This will be dropping the high slot. One in Karlsson. This will be an opportunity for Howden as this is played off the inboards and now sent back down where Karlsson has it. Karlsson will just fire to the 5-hole side, but that gets blocked before it ever hits Hellebuyck, and the Jets will get this with the neutral zone. So Vlad Nemestikov is back on the ice after the tripping call. As this gets intercepted, Pierre-Luc Dubois able to get the steal and a rising shot. This one gets knocked away, Neal Niederreiter, and now Vegas quickly pushes the other way as this is across the Golden Knight logo, across that helmet, and collected by Pionk, as this is Neal Niederreiter off the stick lift, and this will have to be sent back here for Dylan Sandberg. So Nate Schmidt gets hit by Keaton Kolsar, and this is a great pass by Neal Niederreiter as he was busy off the back skate, and a tripping call the other way, and that is going to go against Vegas. That was right in front of the referee, and this is going to put the Golden Knights on the kill, and Winnipeg, when we come back, they will get a power play opportunity. Again, Connor Hellebuyck is the newest one to be cut for the Jets. He's got the bandage over the right eye. but hopefully he won't be seeing as much action as the Jets go to the power play when we come back.
There are books on advice, even shows on advice. In a world full of cookie cutter, one-size-fits-all.
Thank you guys. I appreciate that joining in on that side between the likes and all the thoughts. I said to the Golden Knights even up the series tonight, just one vote. Vegas Golden Knight fan says yes on that, and I'm gonna make sure I pull up my box on the ESPN side. And I'll just mention this. I want to make sure I throw out the story again. Connor Hellebuck is already the first one to get bandaged up. When you're thinking about Morgan Barron as well.
And this season, DraftKings Sportsbook is giving you a reason to love them even more. There's so many ways to get closer to the game, like same game parlays, top lines, money lines, and more. And you can do it anytime, anywhere in Ontario. Scan the QR code to download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and get in on the action with an official sports betting partner of the NHL.
Loyalty, character. This is the way.
Long live the Empire! We never stop meeting like this.
And before you all that stuff's now streaming.
Rated brought to you by Scotiabank and Scene Plus. Enter now for more chances to score a trip to the Stanley Cup Final with an eligible Scotiabank Scene Plus debit or credit card.
Who would have thought Crazy Glue could be so important? Just glue this thing shut. Get the glue, get it all sealed up so we can get in there and just not put nothing's on his face with a
So one more mention real quick, and I promise I'll stop. They're mentioning this on the Sportsnet side for Connor Hellebuck. They just put crazy glue on that right cut, get it all cut down so you can go back and start playing and bandage it up. Get the quick little work because you got to get back in there and stop pucks. So the Winnipeg Jets, admittedly now they're on the power play after holding Cole against Nicholas Hague. Their profile and Blake Wheeler on the Sportsnet side got 7 power play goals. Dubois will get set to take the draw. So Dubois, Wheeler will be on the offside. He's the one that can't win it. The Jets went 1 for 3 in the power play in game number 1, which they absolutely decimated the Golden Knights 5-1. This will be sent back down the ice and picked up now by Connor Hellebuck. And now left to right, here come the Jets. Sauce pass Kyle Connor toward the right wing side. And this is sent back around the embankment. Wheeler here for Connor. And that's a 5-hole save by Laurent Brossoit. That was a lightning opportunity for a shot on the wrist by Connor. He loves to rifle. And we'll get another offensive zone draw upcoming. So quickly, I'll just give it to you. This is a stat reset just for this game. We talked about the multitude of hits in the 60s and 50s on the other end in favor of Vegas. It's already 12 for Vegas on that side for hits. The shots are 6-2 in favor of Winnipeg. As this is sent for an offensive zone draw upcoming. The 2 penalties against Vlad Nemestikov for holding against Nick Hague and Nick Hague against tripping Blake Wheeler. As it's 11:58 in the first. And this is off of a tie-up and picked up now by the Winnipeg Jets. And now Morrissey send this across there for Dubois. And now it's Connor. Connor now send this out in front, and this goes just to the left of Brossoit as the Jets try to keep this into the left side of the red line. Golden Knights try to get this out. As they're patient now with Alex Pietrangelo, former captain of the St. Louis Blues. Now it's Mark Stone, who's the captain. First ever one of the Vegas Golden Knights. As he, I believe, is going to have a third line today for Bruce Cassidy's squad. Dubois will look off the drop pass, but this is picked up now near the right side dot. Diving opportunity, can't get it out. It's Pierre-Luc Dubois near the right circle. He's patient. He'll make this pass across, and this was an opportunity for Scheifele trying to find Dubois right in front. And now this will go through the skate blade, I believe, of Kyle Connor. Is this someone wearing a Doug Glatt jersey for the Vegas Golden Knights? It's very interesting, as this is a very customized jersey, I imagine. So Kyle Connor, he'll put this into the traffic, but this gets blocked and set back up for Blake Wheeler. Wheeler now for Scheifele. Wheeler now toward the right dot. Want the slapper Morrissey. Here's Connor. And this is the catching glove of Brossoit. So the Jets power play, they've had 3 opportunities. They've looked very good on it so far. And I could say the same thing for the Jets, even though that Eichel shot got a piece of Connor Hellebuck. That was a one-time right up into the grill. Both these power plays look pretty good. Live total goals right now is sitting at 4.5 in between these teams. I imagine that might be ventured up a little bit more Maybe they're expecting a little pushback for Brossoit. But if Connor Hellebuyck only faces the same amount of production did in game 1, can't imagine he give up more than 2. So another face-off upcoming. This is Lowry that tries to get a piece of it. And now they do. Neal Pionk. Oh, fire to the traffic, scores! The Jets take the lead! It's Adam Lowry! So he's been really good in this series. And we just mentioned the Jets' power play has looked really good from the onset. And I wanted to call this from the very beginning as well. The 8th career playoff goal for Adam Lowry. Dave Lowry, his dad, his son, be very proud on that end because Adam Lowry finishes it off. He gets his 8th. I know he's happy. I said this from the beginning. I'm just trying to give him my capsules and everything else when we did this. I said Jets at 6. I really feel like the personnel that Winnipeg has can really give Vegas fits. That is a double deflection tip. No chance for Brossoit. Can't blame him on that. And Adam Lowry is the one that got it. Goals in back-to-back games. He had 2 goals in game 1. And now he gets Winnipeg on the board first. 10:40 left to go. His 3rd of the playoffs. 9:18 on the power play. As this is sent back down. This could be an ice, and it is. So from Pionk and Schmidt, Lowry is the one that scored the goal. His 3rd of the series, and it's 10:31 to go in the first. It's just a standard face-off win off a push. This will go back to deep. Pionk off the double deflection. It's Lowry, the one that gets it. Laurent Brossoit, no chance. And again, if Brossoit, let's just say this, if he gets shelled in this game 2, what do Vegas do? They go with Jonathan Quick. Again, no Logan Thompson still with the injury. They're going to have some questions. You still got Aiden Hill. You got plenty of opportunities. There's another chance, and this one is a flashy glove save by Brossoit. He almost went toward the right side of the faceoff dot to make that save. 9 shots to 2 in favor of Winnipeg, and Brossoit will hold. So 4 goals against him on 30 shots in game 1. And it was a season low 15 on the other end for Vegas. They didn't have enough activity level as Bruce Cassidy is the one that looks on. So Laurent Brossoit, we know he can do it. He's been very good for the Henderson Silver Knights. But again, this is only his 2nd playoff game on the start of it. His numbers have been well over 4 in the goals against. So Scheifele in off the offhand. As this is another Jets face-off win. And played off the backhand. Kyle Connor now. Scheifele trying to spin off his man. And this will be intercepted by the Jets. Here's a great stick by Connor, but Scheifele had to pull back. What a backhanded pass! Great move! Oh, what a save by Brossoit with the right glove. That was Kyle Connor with a spectacular effort. That should have been 2-0. And now here the other end is Connor. I'm sure the Jets fans still buzzing off the backhand. And this is played off the wall as this is picked back up by the Golden Knights. It's been all Jets. Kyle Connor with a magician-style move. Again, he's going to be a free agent soon. And his centering attempt could have been a dangerous one. And now it's a 2-on-2. Scheifele with the cross pass. Keeping alive off the backhand. It's Morrissey. He's got time to widen fire. The Jets are dangerous. And sliding over to the left post is Brossoit. They need a stop right now to the Golden Knights. They feel like they're hemorrhaging a little bit as Kyle Connor was right on the doorstep again after just making a magnificent move off the backhand. So Adam Lowry with the goal. And we get a stoppage at 9:24 with a commercial break. Don't go anywhere.
Did somebody say
Somebody's a potluck.
skip?
It's a potluck. It's an invite. Potluck.
Score the lowest fees with Skip. Sportsbook is your home for betting same-game parlays this season. Get multiple bets from a single game and combine them into one parlay. Give me any combo of bets, money line, over/under, player props, and more. If it hits, you're scoring even bigger payout. Scan the QR code to download the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Check out same-game parlays and get in on the action with an official sports betting partner of the NHL.
Connection. We all need it. We live for it. It makes us feel like we're a part of something bigger. It makes us laugh, cry, and scream out for the world to hear. Connecting Canadians has been our focus for over 60 years, and it's just the beginning.
Gap control so key. And right there, the gap control spike for the Winnipeg Jets. The turnover, transition, and later, what a beauty move right here as well. But give full credit to the Winnipeg Wall. What a beauty save. And then again, a line rush and another attack. Too many. It's our Vegas Golden Knights. As Morrissey lays this out the net, you got Connor, everyone's around. What's one? And he's shutting the door, closes the wickets. Those are two big saves to keep this at 1-0. The Vegas Golden Knights, 4 shots in the last 30 minutes against the Jets. That's it.
So checking back in from the break, the Vegas Golden Knights have 4 shots in the last 30 minutes of action in this series. Thank you for Sportsnet for that stat. 9:10 left to go in the first. It's been all Winnipeg. Adam Lowry's already got his 3rd goal of the series. He scored out the double deflection, and they just showed that superhuman dangle move that we just talked about. For Kyle Connor on the other end, that was a great sway by Marchessault with the right pad, just to be able to keep this a 1-0 deficit. Now picked up off the backhand as Marchessault will try to spin, and now Stone will get a piece of it. But this gets intercepted. It's a 3-on-2 here for the Jets. Morrissey tried to play this right to Vladimir Mestikov. He would have had a red carpet down the middle of the lane, but this gets picked off. Dillon DeMelo now will drag. Will fake the slapper. Now we'll let it go, but this bounces off in front of the mustard gold as this is collected now. Morrissey gets a stick on it. There's Vegas in the middle of the change, but this gets picked off with the Golden Knight logo by the Jets, and they'll flip it in from 100 feet. Now battle toward the right side dot. Again, we can't overstate this right now. Vegas has to be able to turn up the intensity level in this kitchen here. They're just not testing Connor Hellebuyck enough. Again, we mentioned the cut over his right eye. That crazy glue and a bandage, nothing that can't fix. As this is stolen. Golden Knights have possession. Offensive end. Palm over the net. Another backhand opportunity. As Karlsson gets denied. And this one gets flipped down the ice. This bounces off the zebra into the neutral zone. So not an unfriendly bounce there against the Jets. And now they'll be picked up here as Pionk sends us across. Dillon DeMelo. It's Mason Appleton getting the entry toward the right side wall. As this gets knocked away from Lowry again, he's the lone goal scorer. As it's picked up by Alex Pietrangelo. And this is busy now near the right side of the post. It was Brossoit that touched it with a moment with the right glove. And now back pass. Here's Jack Eichel. He could be one of those game breakers. Left side wall, backhand, drive to the net. And he gets sticked in the last second there by Dillon DeMelo. As this gets centered out dangerously, McNabb trying to play it. And now Jonathan Marchessault in the high slot. He's holding, looking for a one-time bomb. Hellebuyck saw it the whole way, but the Jets will be going to the box. Vegas has their second power play. I feel like they must score, and we'll see who this is going to be on. 7:03 left to go in this first. John Otter with you with the solo call here today. Joe Rogan says, I have the Jets to win this series. Also took Kraken before the playoffs started. Joe, my man, you're going to be living high and mighty on that side because, again, we know for the Kraken, it's not the Nashville Predators like it was last year. The Kraken can certainly give them all that the Avalanche can handle as long as they get that goaltending. And for the Jets, I was right there with you. If anyone's following the playoff capsules that I've done, I took the Jets in 6. I feel like they're going to be a big-time upset bid there for the Golden Knights, and this is going to be tough for Vegas. But we'll see what Vegas does in their second power play. I like those calls by you. So this is sent back down off the offensive zone draw wing, and this will touch the stick of Marchessault. Now toward the left side dot. Picked up now. Vegas try to make something happen right to left. It's Alex Pietrangelo with the drop pass, and now Theodore. Send this across. Chandler Stephenson will gain the red line now with the help of Alec Martinez. This will go D to D. Mark Stone. Try to send this across there. Theodore and Stephenson. Now toward the right side wall. Pietrangelo playing a little bit offside just in case the puck a little far. And now Martinez try to get something in front of Marchessault, but this one will go back down the ice for Brossoit. So Jack Eichel will collect. 1:15 left to go in the Vegas power play. They're second. They're down 1-0. and they're down 1-0 in this series. It's been an opportunity there for Reilly Smith and William Karlsson. He was on the correct part of his forehand, but that got brushed aside by Hellebuyck. Flipped, picked up by the Jets now. They could have a 3-on-2 shorthanded if they want it. Walk into the zone, Pionk, and that was swallowed up by Brossoit, and he held it too long for them to be able to play it as you get a stoppage. It was a 3-on-2 shorthanded. Pionk didn't do anything fancy there. He just got the shot right on, try to test Brossoit, and he made the save. So it's a really good game plan right now for the Jets in between the first two games right now. Again, all of game one and almost 20 minutes into this period of game two. It's been all Jets, and they've looked good. They've looked good from the word go in this series. And I'm just wondering when the pushback is going to happen here for Vegas because they haven't had it. Maybe the pushback will happen at the Canada Life Center on that end. But again, you don't want to leave it too late. They'd already be down 2-0 in this series. Still a long way to go here in game two, but they got to get the activity level up. They already got 6 shots, I guess, so that's an improvement for game over million. 15 combined. As this is sent back down, Connor Hellebuyck will play this. This goes off his back skate, and this is busy in behind Hellebuck's office. This is going to allow Vegas to pick this back up now. Shea Theodore sends it across, looking for Reilly Smith, and we'll just stick this ahead as Dylan Sandberg tries to get it out, but this bounced off one of the Golden Knights. It's a one-on-one shorthanded here, and Lowry will just play it back. Nothing too crazy here for his defense, and the forwards can take a change for Rick Bowness' squad as Bruce Cassidy looks on that bench. All the Vegas Golden Knights will take a change as well. This is a stick lift, but this will allow the Winnipeg Jets to at least buy some time on the forecheck as Kyle Connor's out there. He's going to put up that great deep move, and this is afflicted away, and now it's Stone off of his pass opportunity as this gets knocked away from Stephenson. So Stephenson and Stone on that same side of the line are no frills on that side of the third line. They're going to be all defense. Short side chance. This goes off the left pad of Brossoit. As this is picked up now, Barron, he was the one taking a few hits, and so was Stanley. And now Vegas, they'll get bodied up toward the red line, but not before this gets cleared in there for Lowry to be able to spin around. And the pass attempt bounces off the skate blade of one of the Jets, but this is an opportunity for Kyle Connor off the back pass, and that goes off the left pad of Brossoit. Scheifele spins this around. Fake it, here's Pionk. Pionk off the give and go, plays it off the right side of the wall. Blind Domestic over the poke check. And you try to just buy as much time as possible for his defense to get back, and Pionk does exactly that. Now he's going to gain the entry to the right side wall. He'll flip it in. Chip and chase. This will be collected now by Blind Domestikov. As this is sent the other way toward the right side red line. Niederreiter comes together off the hit. And it's flipped back down as Brenden Dillon wins the hybrid ice. 15-6 are the shots in favor of Winnipeg with 3:49. Brett Howden has some words on the other end for the Winnipeg defense of Brenden Dillon. 3:49 left to go in this first. John, here with you for the solo call tonight on Thursday night. We got the back end of the nightcap. I'm glad to be with all of you guys right now. This has been a lot of fun. And I just wanted to see from the off day of Wednesday, immediately with all the time, are we going to get Nicholas Waugh in the bench? I think he might be going to the box, and I think Dillon might be as well. These refs are not certainly playing around. I didn't see much, but hopefully Sportsnet can relay what was going on. A little bit of a blow-by. That looked pretty innocent on that end between the two, but I guess the refs didn't play a game there on that side. Looked like Dillon and Keegan Kolesar came together a little marginally, and the ref said, you know what, we'll just take a 4-on-4. We're not going to have any of this nonsense. So I guess they're going to try to take complete control of this game. It's a little bit of a surprise. But a 4-on-4 action, we will see who this favors. But again, for the Golden Knights, I imagine being down 1-0 in the series and not having much going on in the first game, maybe they'll take the extra ice, and they'll be happy to do so. Rick Bowness looks on. Again, I don't think he's none too pleased, and he's wondering why there's a penalty call. And Bruce Cassidy on my end doesn't seem like he seems to care all that much. So Wheeler, not normally a face-off man, will get a sent to take this one against Howden for the Golden Knights. So you're going to your back end side of your 4-on-4 as they continue to exchange words on the other end in between the boxes. So Wheeler actually wins the draw, and this goes a little bit too far for Dillon DeMelo as this is sent back down here, and Wheeler tries to get a piece of it again, and this will be picked up by DeMelo. Nice touch pass there for the Jets. Here comes a slap shot. And this goes high and off the glass and around the inboards. And now Wheeler comes together. He's throwing some punches on Keegan Kolesar. And now Pietrangelo's getting worked over. Dillon DeMelo comes in with Howden. We get a full-scale brawl toward the right side after just an inconspicuous shot. And now the refs are finally going to get the chance to clear this up. That kind of just circumvented out of nowhere. As Howden and Domestikov, everyone else are locked up in headlocks now. But yeah, we had a little bit of a brawl there with Vlad Domestikov, Alec Martinez, some fists being thrown, some gloves being exchanged. Keegan Kolesar, they showed him as well. And we're going to be getting more calls. So Josh Morrissey got cross-checked by Keegan Kolesar, and Wheeler said, I'm going to have none of this. And then we go right to a commercial break, and we have to sort out some penalties when we come back with 3:34 in the first. Jets up 1-0.
Introducing Scotia Smart Investor. Set, change, and track your financial goals with real advice just for you, so you can worry less and make it easy. Like Ed here. Get started at scotiabank.com.
The Jeep No Limits event is here.
Well, that heated up a little bit, ladies and gentlemen. On this side, I appreciate you following along. On the YouTube side, if you want cleared audio, if you want to get involved, then the call would be at Twitter Spaces at John Why Not. Tomorrow, I will have one of my college buddies, and admittedly, he's just trying to get his feet wet on the color side. So tomorrow, we're going to have the late game of the Edmonton Oilers and the LA Kings. You go to crypto.com arena. That one's going to be about 10:15 Eastern puck drop. He's out from the Florida side. I'm in Michigan, but we'll follow that one in on Friday, and then we'll figure out this weekend whether or not it's going to be Alec Nava and myself for Saturday, whether or not there's some playoff stuff for me for the Waterford Sharks on that end. But we will find that out on Saturday. But tomorrow I will be back with you between Edmonton and the LA Kings. I did get in touch with Cooper Hopkins, but with the prior commitment that I have with my friend between Edmonton and LA, Cooper and I will have to wait until next week. But he just told me that he's going to get his schedule well squared away. And by the time we get into the Stanley Cup Finals, him and I will be in lockstep on that side. It's either going to be me solo or him working with me. I don't work with anyone else in the Cup Finals when we get to that point. So an interesting development. It looks like the Vegas Golden Knights are going to be a little shorthanded, and somebody jumped on the other end as they were getting a helmet full of Blake Wheeler. And Blake Wheeler, all he did was come to the defense of Josh Morrissey, who got cross-checked. So the Golden Knights are the one that's going to get the extra penalty. It's a 4-on-3 power play upcoming here for the Winnipeg Jets with 3:34 in the first. So Rick Bowness, maybe a little bit curious as far as the 4-on-4 call, but now Bruce Cassidy's squad going to have to figure out what to do with this 4-on-3 and how to defend it. Again, if you're already behind the 8 ball like the Golden Knights are, you certainly can't put yourselves even more behind the 8 ball, giving up a 4-on-3 power play with some needless penalties. But that's what they did, is they tried to gang up on Blake Wheeler. And now the backhand pass, Pierre-Luc Dubois. It's 4-on-3. We'll see how the lines get shaken up. Josh Morrissey now for Pierre-Luc, as this will go back to Josh. Dubois, no crisscrosses. Morrissey in the high slot, Kyle Connor near the right dot. And now, in toward the high slot, Pierre-Luc Dubois will switch with Morrissey. Fake, leaving it for Connor as they continue to pass and try to find some outlets. As this is sent back around, I believe, for Lowry. And now this will be a one-time opportunity. This gets bounced up into the air, and the catching glove of Brossois. So it's nice to see Warren be able to track that one the whole way and get a stoppage. 16 shots on goal here for the Winnipeg Jets in this first period. It's been all Jets. And now they have another power play opportunity with not many on the ice. It's 4-on-3 with 1:06 on their power play. This will be their second. The Golden Knights have already had two. 2:55 will dig on the first hand, and Lowry got the lone goal here for the Winnipeg Jets. So this is a backhanded face-off loss and cleared down the ice. Well, this will touch the stick of Connor Hellebuyck. Still 55 seconds left to go here on the 4-on-3 power play. It's a chance for Scheifele. He'll get this toward the right side wall, and this will be recollected by the Jets, and this just went over the stick of one of the Jets and sent back down for Connor. to be able to pick it up as it's down to 40 seconds left to go at the main advantage. Scheifele slows up as Connor has it now. Leave it here for Morrissey. Morrissey now, patient. Connor going to bomb it, and this will be Laurent Brossoit. Pulls with the 5-hole. And another save made by Lauren. He stopped 17 out of 16. He's been pretty good in this first. He's been tested a lot. Connor Hellebuyck maybe tested a little bit more than he was in game one of totality if we stretch it out. He's already made 6 saves, but that's certainly not enough. 30 seconds left to go here in the man advantage. This is picked up by Scheifele, but now the Golden Knights try to clear this out. They can across the right side wall as this isn't held by Josh Morrissey. Scheifele got it now. He'll stick handle his way in. Now he's got a race for it near the right side dot. Now he just gives it a chop around Brayden McNabb as the Jets have it. 10 seconds left to go on the 4-on-3. It's Connor. Morrissey in the high slot. He'll fake the pass. Get it back Connor. Connor with a tip pass. And this goes off the right pad of Laurent Brossoit as this is collected by Pierre-Luc Dubois near the right dot. It's all Jets right now, but the pass deflection is by the Golden Knights. Pierre-Luc Dubois almost gets taken off by his feet, and this gets flipped down the ice, where this will touch the stick of Connor Hellebuyck. The Winnipeg Jets power play is killed, but they were still pretty effective again on both of theirs. They did score once. So the Jets have it now. This is a backhanded opportunity. Wheeler is the one that gains the entry as this gets knocked away, and you don't need a rider. Wheeler tries to pick it back up. Domestikov back on the ice now for the Jets. This is a one-touch pass. It'll be a race for it now, but it'll be chopped. And Alec Martinez goes off sides with 1:12 left to go in the first. John out here with you with the solo call here tonight between the Winnipeg Jets and the Vegas Golden Knights. And one of the Winnipeg Jets going to go to the box now. It's Niederreiter. I have a chance to look and see what he did when we get to this replay. So the Golden Knights have the puck, and this is a stick chop. Boy, the refs are certainly calling this one tight. There is a slash on that side. But again, we've seen certain situations in certain series where, if we're being honest with ourselves, yes, it's a penalty. But sometimes those do not get called. If you're thinking about certain other series, if you're a Maple Leafs fan or a Lightning fan or any of these other series. But this will put the Golden Knights on the third power play of the game. So Theodore with a touch pass now here for Kessel. And so he'll pick it back up. Riley Smith, drop here for Theodore. Now Eichel into the traffic. It's stopped by Hellebuyck. Makes another save with the right pad. This is split back down. 50 seconds left to go in the first. As this is re-corralled. It's Theodore. Dillon DeMelo gets it out. Down to 45 seconds left to go in this first. As it touches the stick blade of Laurent Brossoit. 1:25 left to go in Vegas' power play. It's their third already. 17 shots to 7 in favor of the Jets. Riley Smith trying to collect it now off the drop pass, but the Jets able to get this one out. Down to 25 seconds left to go in the first. Laurent Brossoit is all the way out toward the right dot. And this is going to allow Martinez to be able to gain the entry there, but this will be bounced back by Hellebuyck and slap shot it all the way down. Theodore trying to hold it as this is flip knocked down with the glove hand. And this will be back with the mustard gold. As they'll try to get something going off the touch pass down to 5 seconds. And now the Jets have to make sure they don't concede anything as Hellebuyck makes the save. Someone got a piece of Eichel, and now Eichel and Pionk want a piece of each other. Dylan Sandberg tackles somebody on the other end of that side as this game's getting very physical on that end as we get a stoppage with 1:06. Ivan Barbashev. He was the one that got taken down from behind. So 1:6 left to go in this first. 50 seconds left to go on the power play. I think they might add 2.5 now, and we'll see who they're going to send to the ice. They might actually send both. It looked like there was some repeat offenders on both sides. So as Eichel gets the long shot in, Winnipeg Jets go in to finish their check. Golden Knights don't like the hit on Eichel, and Pionk sort of gets worked over. Eichel works over Pionk. Pionk returns the favor, and maybe both Eichel and Pionk can go to the boxes. Dylan Sandberg comes in, and he cleans out Ivan Barbashev. So what are we going to call is the question. With 2.5 left to go in the first. So nonetheless, 50 seconds left to go in Vegas' power play. It's the third. There was a good first period for the Jets, a good 4 first periods. Slap shot down into the neutral zone. I didn't see anybody go to the box, surprisingly. But at the end of one, 47 seconds left to go in the Vegas power play. The third, it's 1-0 Jets. Come right back. We'll call the second period action.
This period brought to you by Scotiabank and Sun Plus. Enter now for more chances to score a trip to the Stanley Cup Final with an eligible Scotiabank Sun Plus debit or credit card.
Chevrolet Silverado factory lifted trucks. Where will they take you? The 2023 Silverados NR2, LT Trail Boss, and Custom Trail Boss. Because adventure is everywhere.
This is live from PS5. Let's go down to our first story. The good people of Manhattan woke up to a gift from their favorite hero. This was live from PS5. Bringing you the extraordinary. PlayStation.
Still up at 2 a.m. again? Tonight, try Pierre-Luc All Night to help increase total sleep time. Unlike some other sleep aids, our extended release melatonin slowly releases up to 6 hours. Zico Pierre-Luc All Night. Fall asleep, wake refreshed.
Think all online casinos are the same? Enter North Star Bets with Vegas style live dealers.
So in this game, we'll count them up: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 penalties in this first. A lot of offsetting, fighting, roughing, slashing, you name it, it's been it in this game.
The first ever Legends trading card packs are at Tips now. Collect them all.
I'm Andrew Chang, the host of a new show on a new channel. The channel is CBC News Explore, and that's what we do here. We explore the news.
That is actually happening in a way.
Brazil spent the second.
So again, I'm just repeating this for the Twitter Spaces side. Lots of offsetting, roughing, and slashing. So we had 9 penalties in the first, but again, those are just offsetting on that end, so not really a trudge. 3 power play opportunities for Vegas. They've been turned away on all 3. Winnipeg is 1 for 2 on that end. Well, let me just double check that here for you, honestly, because we're in the middle of a power play right now for Vegas. So it'll be 4, 2 for 1 is the Jets. So we got that one correct. 0 for 3 right now is Winnipeg. 0 for 3 is Vegas. Adam Lowry got the goal at 9:24 in the power play. It was a double deflection. Neal Pionk got the primary from Nate Schmidt. Nothing for Vegas in that period. Again, they were badly outshot and outworked. But the one thing Vegas has done in this series is they throw the hits 23-17 already. That's just the first period. So we had about over 90 hits in the first game. Again, that doesn't even count it. There wasn't extra time. There was regulation in the 5-1 win, over 90 hits. And now we're going to be well on our way if this pace keeps up. There's been a pair of blowouts in these other games, so we'll see if these ones are a little more close, I guess you could just say. 5-1, it was all Rangers over the Devils. They take a 2-0 series lead, and they get to go home in the next 2 games against MSG. The one thing for New Jersey is both teams are very good on the road. So again, I guess you could say if the Devils win both games at TD Garden, they both hold road face, but I don't think that's going to happen. I honestly thought, as entertaining as that series could be, and as good as New Jersey is, the New York Rangers aren't really worse in a lot of other areas. And in fact, they also have all that other experience. I honestly thought the Rangers might win that series in 5. That's what I put in my initial prediction. I think the Devils can get it to 6, but I don't think the Devils are going to beat the Rangers. If they go down if they go down 3-0, they're not going to get a 4-game run on the Rangers. It's impossible, especially when you got Ehlers Shesterkin. That's just me. The Toronto Maple Leafs desperately had the bounce back they needed. If you followed on the Twitter Spaces, I'd follow on Alec at that boy Inzer. He's the one that had the call. Again, I thought about maybe joining him for this one, but I wanted to take the back end of this game. This was a solo assignment because I wasn't able to work with Cooper Hopkins just yet. I wanted to get a game that was a little close for you guys to be able to call. It was all Maple Leafs in the second game. They got blown out in the first game against Tampa, and now they returned the favor, get a 7-2 win. Mitch Marner, Tavares, and Nylander. It was 3-0 after it was 3-0 game one for Tampa. Ian Cole made it 3-1 at 8:58, but again, all Maple Leafs after that. Tavares, Zach Astor Mason, Mitch Marner again. Corey Perry, 12:38 before Tavares ends up getting a hat trick in this game. Hats rain at 15:06. Ilya Samsonov, he didn't have to be great, 20 out of 22. And Andrei Vasilevsky gets shelled for 7 as John Cooper always keeps his goalie in, 30 out of 37 for Vasi, as that was a big-time blowout. And Colorado Avalanche, they tie the game against the Seattle Kraken. It's 2-2. So is Justin Schultz and Turbo. Turbo shorthanded at 13:27, but Arturi Lekin and Velma Chuskin about 50 seconds apart, 6:42, 7:30 on that end. Arturi Lekin and Nichushkin with their first. Alexander Gergiev stepped 13 out of 15, and Philip Grubauer stepped 17 out of 19. The Avalanche certainly making Grubauer work more than he had to in game one, and that's got to be a recipe for success. It's a must. It's just like how it is on the other end for Vegas. They must make Connor Hellebuyck work more. And our game, again, I'll be giving you the full game start at hopefulsportsguy.wordpress.com. It's 1-0 Winnipeg, courtesy of Adam Lowry, power play goal.
That whole Ryan Reeves challenge by Adam. Yeah, well, this is the best intermission because he hasn't spoken yet. But so we take it back to the Minnesota and the Martinez Ehlers hit right here. And this isn't okay for the Jets because that's a dirty play, so there's some scrum. But the next shift, as you can see, there's Foligno, Reeves, and Middleton right here. 3 tough guys, arguably all tougher than Lowry. Lowry goes, you know what, Reeves?
Chris says, I got the game televised tonight. It's going to be a beauty game. Yeah, I appreciate that, my friend, and I appreciate you listening in, whether or not you're just hanging out or you're, muting the video, watching that in on that side. We'll be able to have some fun with this, and I'll give you the complete game start for this tomorrow. Admittedly, I have one of my buddies. Again, he's going to be a little bit of trying to get a taste of the color side, so I'm going to help him out. I'm going to do the play-by-play for the Oilers and the Kings tomorrow, and then we will see for Saturday's side if I need to be available for the Waterford Sharks as the local assignment. They'll be in the playoffs, but if not, then I will have the call likely for Seattle and the Avalanche on Saturday. That looks to be the assignment. So I want to try to get Friday and Saturday at least after this, and then we'll see about Sunday. Tuesday I can't because it's my fiance's birthday. I've got to be there for her birthday on Tuesday, but I know next week Cooper Hopkins and I will be back on the call. It's certainly been a while for the A-Side Broadcasting Group, and we haven't been able to hook up yet on a call, but I'm sure we will at some point because he said he'd be available tomorrow, but I didn't want to break on the prior commitment that I already set up with one of my college buddies.
He has to go back, and they have to change the bandage and continue working on it. And he went back to the bench in each of the following 2 timeouts. Now, we didn't notice as much stitching, but they went there to check on it. That is a lot to go through. Playing goal in the Stanley Cup playoffs is hard enough.
These guys are the Black Knights. They're better than the Golden Knights.
Nick Fury.
That save was unbelievable. The Hellebuyck save.
But he'll probably get stitched up now. That was an extra
Yes.
wax that they try to close it, but now they'll probably suture it up.
And they're so good defensively right now, Winnipeg. They went 7 minutes without a shot on Hellebuyck after the Eichel howitzer, so that was an important little bit of time for him. All right, we'll check in on the other games around the loop when we continue our coverage of the Stanley Cup on Hockey Night in Canada.
Get closer to hockey with the NHL app. Closer to the names you know and need to know.
If we get a time count, looking in intermission, I could flip back over to Seattle and Colorado.
Sure, it's mud.
So we still got 8 minutes. I got about 5 minutes here. If you want to flip back in, I can give you a live look.
But grit is also an idea. An idea that changes the way we see and the way we do.
So I'm going to take 5 minutes. As we have about 8 minutes left to go in our intermission here, I will just double check the score of everything else between Colorado and Seattle. Again, we got the Sportsnet feed for the Winnipeg Jets side, so we're good on that end for CBC. This is going to be standard ESPN. So Gergiev makes a save, then all of a sudden we get a pile up. Matty Beniers, Trey Lackinen, Adam Larson, everybody's coming together here. And again, I want to say this, and I really actually mean this. I think you guys might laugh. I think this is a must win for Colorado at Ball Arena. They can certainly go win two at Climate Pledge, but I think you want to be able to save face a little bit. You don't want to have Seattle feeling too confident. As Matty Beniers gets a shot in on Gergiev, and he gets his stick all stuck up with Manson. And man, I could be wearing my Matty Beniers jersey right now. It's sitting in the closet. That's when that Cooper Hopkins helped me get directly from the Climate Pledge shop on that end. Seattle Kraken shop. It's good to see Matty Beniers fight back a little bit. It's one of my Michigan boys on that end, probably going to win the Calder. This game's getting very physical near the right die. I see Nathan McKinnon getting worked over. Vince Dunn, excuse me, I almost said Adam Dunn. I'm thinking about baseball. This is a split back around now for the Seattle Kraken, and this will be intercepted now by Evan Rodriguez. So he'll flip it in there now. And Larson will get this across here for Vince Dunn. And Vince Dunn will throw it out now. Ilya Tolvanen able to sidestep a hit from Mikko Rantanen. And now Nathan McKinnon will send this off a crisscross. So Valnichuskin, great play. Backhand set up there for Mikko Rantanen. Tried to shoot that short side off Grubauer. He actually got a piece of it. Now it's in the high slot. Kill McCarr will send this back across, and a bomb for Devin Taves goes just wide. So Nathan McKinnon tries to flip this one, but Seattle actually gets it out. And this could be a direct rush down the ice, looking for a rebound opportunity. Gergiev says no, and toward the left side dot. And now we have more pushing and shoving as Nathan McKinnon just throwing out a couple of bombs. People getting some sweaty gloves as Devin Taves and now Alex Wemberg will come together. And now a high sticking call. This one is going to go against the Avalanche. They had Jaden Shorts right in the face. If Nathan McKinnon goes to the box, it'd be a humongous development. He's talking with the referees right now. I think it's going to be Nathan. So McKinnon's going to the box here for Colorado. That is not the guy you want in the sin bin. So Seattle goes to the power play, and the Colorado fans can't believe it.
And also earlier today, in New Jersey, the New York Rangers are giving the Devils Chris Kreider primarily. This is his third. He would score his fourth in the game, and New York runs away with a 5-1 win yet again.
So in between, Chris, I'll just tell this to you honestly, in between the playoff capsules and everything else that I did, I'm just going to go out for my predictions as far as what I'm pulling for. I said Jets in 6, so I'm going with the Jets over the Golden Knights on that side. And for the Avalanche, I thought at worst they would finish it off in 6. So I'm going to say that. I thought maybe even 5, but Jets in 6 for sure. That's what I took in our featured game. And Avalanche in 6 at worst, although I picked 5. Those were the ones that we just talked about. What about you?
Cheers, Cabby. Jonathan Marchessault and Jack Eichel. Earlier in the year, Eichel had 2, and I'll tell you, Marchessault tried so hard to get him a hat-trick there, but it's Vegas in trouble, though. Down 1-0 to the Jets. The second.
Impacting stories that are close to all games. Explore the connections. New ideas. Of the twist. This week in Canada. CBC News is available free.
If you're lucky, you'll go through your entire life with a reason to look up. First, to those who care about you, the ones who teach you, that show you what's possible. Then you find new reasons to look up, heroes to follow, history to chase. And if you keep looking up long enough, then one day you might look up to find your own reflection, looking back at you.
So we're in the middle of a commercial break here. We're still a 1-0 lead for the Winnipeg Jets. As we said, it was all Jets. The scoreline's probably lucky to be where it is there for any Vegas fans. Chris says, I'm pulling for the Jets. I'm leaning towards 6 as well. Hellebuyck is playing an unreal game. I think that'll hold decide it. I think you're correct. You hit the nail on the head there, Chris. And between what's available for the Golden Knights and the Jets, when you have Connor Hellebuyck on the back end, there is no question, right, that he is the best netminder in this series. If you're Vegas, let's say Logan Thompson's healthy. You know, he probably plays, but again, it's certainly been a while. But you have Logan Thompson, you got Aiden Hill, Robin Leonard's on double hip surgery, so he's out. You have Jonathan Quick and Laurent Brossoit. You had 5 different options on the other end. Who do you think is the best option? They've been going Brossoit in the last 2 games. Let's say Vegas doesn't win this one. Who do they go in with net at Canada Life Center in a couple days? You think it's Jonathan Quick? Because I think you're right. Connor Hellebuyck will be able to decide it. And he certainly will be able to decide it if the Golden Knights don't get any more traffic in front of Connor and more shots. They don't have enough activity in my eyes. And I got 4 of them.
Wise man once told me that you miss 100% of the Avion points that you don't earn.
What wise man was that? Okay.
Switch to RBC and get $350. Boston Pizza harnessed analytics to help optimize no-look dipping. Ooh! Making adjustments so you can stay focused on the game. The playoffs at Boston Pizza, powered by Fanalytics.
Welcome back to Vegas. The Jets' domination of the Golden Knights continues, outshooting Vegas 17-8 in the first period.
It felt like a very quick first intermission, folks. I'm going to tell you that, to be honest. I know we've been able to keep pretty busy on that end. And if you're the Golden Knights, do you need more time for that first intermission? Because it feels like it's been all Jets. And so far, within the first 4 periods in this series, as we're covering game 2 here, the Jets have a 1-0 series lead. I know it's a long way to go in the best of 7, but Golden Knights have been searching for answers. And right now, it doesn't seem like they're able to find it. As we get into the second period, I'll just hit Chris's comments really quick. Thank you, Chris Wood, for these. He said the amount of penalties is also beginning to concern me too. The Jets are doing a great job holding the line, though. Yes, they are. And at least to your point, Chris, the amount of penalties, at least they're offsetting. A lot of that stuff's been in the rough stuff. And you think maybe the Golden Knights trying to get in the Jets' head, possibly, but I don't see that happening right now. They just feel like they're in complete control. I know the scoreline's only 1-0, but if they can continue to limit these shots against Hellebuyck and push the pace of play, I think they're on the right part of the foot and seat, so to speak. So Laurent Brossoit will play this one back now. And the Vegas Golden Knights are on their, I think, 4th power play now in the sense of it, but it's only 25 seconds left as this is dropped now toward the right side of the wall and recollected by Karlsson. As they'll send it back, but Vegas can't hold it, and there was no reason why they couldn't. And Alex Pietrangelo have to go back in his zone. And here's Karlsson now with Eichel. Eichel now gets this off the drop pass for Stone. It was the right idea, but the Jets had a good stick in the lane as Vegas put this now. So great setup in the middle and a good block on the other end by the Jets is able to keep that puck on the outside. Now a chance for the Golden Knights as they fired one to the right side of the wall. Jets are back to even strength. It's loose out in front. Hellebuck makes a great left pad save on Stone. And now picked up by the Jets. See if they can go right to left. Vlad Nemestikov. Good opportunity through traffic. Now get this toward the right wall. Wheeler. This pass gets canceled off. It falls back to him and behind the office of Brossois. As the Golden Knights make this pass the other way here for Nicholas Waugh. Waugh will chip this in as this goes off of Morrissey. Now spun and picked up by Jonathan Marchessault. Marchessault worked off the puck as Reilly Smith tries to get there. Smith toward the right side dot. This goes wide for a Nicholas Waugh shot. Now this is sent back in. Eichel with Smith. They try to spin it around. The Jets do a great job bottling up Reilly, but they can't get out of the zone. Traffic out in front of the screen, and Hellebuck finds it, makes the save. So I believe Sportsnet said through the crazy glue cut that was in from a shot from Eichel that we revisited in the first period. That was with the goalie mask and everything. They put crazy glue and a bandage on. I think he probably got his stitches in the second period. And now in the intermission, I should say, we're in the middle of the second period. But he gets his stitches and now goes back out there and stops pucks immediately. 18:15 left to go in the second. Shot board now reads 17-11. Again, Hellebuck only had to make 15 saves in the first game, so Vegas has a little bit more pressure. Vegas is usually one of those teams from their expansion season, I think all going into 6 years now, and that side of it that's always known for shot opportunities, and they get a lot of it for volume. Kyle Connor, and this is right before the goal line, and held by 5-hole of Brossois. 18:03 left to go in the second as he finds it in the webbing of his catching glove. Kyle Connor nicely set up off the drop pass, and his shot got deflected by a couple of Golden Knight sticks as Dubois had a flyby at the net, but it was saved by Warren. So first couple minutes of this second period, John here with you from T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada. This is the site of the Game 2 Western Conference quarterfinals. It's a solo call here for me tonight between the Winnipeg Jets and the Vegas Golden Knights. Winnipeg trying to take a commanding 2-0 series lead and take both games in the Fortress. Again, the Fortress isn't the same impenetrable place that it was for years often, but even for Canada Life Center on the other end, this could be something for Vegas. Here's an opportunity off the give and go, and a great save by Hellebuck as this was knocked away, and Kyle Connor now near the right side wall. Will force it. And now we'll spin as he tries to keep it alive off the backhand. Dillon off the 1T, and this gets deflected. This will get picked up by Connor, and this will fall back near the left side of the red line. Morrissey will survey. Now for Connor. Good sauce pass toward the right side dot. It's Morrissey. Here comes the bomb, and this goes right in the catching glove of Brossois. He's been a busy man right now. He stopped 19 out of 20 shots as we get a half and half here. Always have a lot of live betting nowadays, and it's going to be an offensive zone draw upcoming here for Winnipeg. Scheifele will get set to take it unless Rick Bowness wants some line changes, but this first line has really been rolling right now. They played quite well. So Morgan Barron, he was the guy that had about 70 stitchers and sutures toward the right side of his face. The Jets have 7 of 3 slot shot opportunities. You can count those as high danger chances if you want to go that route as well. So defensive zone face-off win. Shea Theodore able to get a piece of it. This is gloved down off the ice. Niederreiter settles it down. And now Morrissey, as this is gained across the red line, Jets will get in now toward the right side of Brossois. This bounces in between them. Now he's diving down in the middle of the scrum, and he'll just full on sprawl out, glove on, and make the save. As there was another close call in front of the net, and Adam Lowry was right there as well. He was hungry for his second, and he's been excellent in this series so far. So as this was recollected, Mason Appleton on with the line of Braun. The third line for Rick Bowness' squad, it was a chip. Good play there by Lowry, able to get some body contact on McNabb, and then his centering attempt bounced off McNabb's skate, and Appleton drove to the net. And Brossois had to swan dive over there just to make sure it didn't cross the line near the left post. 16:55 left to go in the second. It's a face-off off the tie-up. I think it's technically going to be a win for Vegas, as they'll pick this up now near the left side of the red line. Connor Hellebuck quickly swats at it as Adam Lowry. This is a good touch pass. Vegas is going to be able to pick this up. Again, they're in the mustard gold with the black pants, and the Winnipeg Jets are in the white shirts with the black pants on the bottom side. Offside entry here. Jonathan Marchessault never stop moving, and this is going to be a neutral zone draw coming here for Vegas. So once we look into it, I'll just pull this up now in the ESPN box. I am watching the Sportsnet feed on CBC today, but let me give you some offset stats here. 20-12 are the shots in favor of Winnipeg. 25-19 hits for VGK, 15-11 VGK on faceoffs. Neutral zone faceoff win. They get 16-11 now as Vegas able to gain the red line. This touches the stick of Connor Hellebuyck and quickly try to get flipped up by Neal Pionk. And Winnipeg, with some attention to detail as it falls back to them, they get across that golden helmet, and this is steered aside by Brossois with the left pad. Sacramento-Linen tries to race in there now to get a piece of it, number 8 on that end, as this will go all the way back for Dillon DeMelo, and this will be iced against VGK, so their forwards and everyone else cannot change at 16:03 in the second. So Vegas, admittedly, in Sportsnet said it right. The struggles have continued, just trying to manufacture anything against Winnipeg. And I know the hockey guy, if you don't follow him on the YouTube side, you definitely should. It's just at the hockey guy. He was able to say, when I watched him in his recap sometime to get some notes and some interactions, that he believes Winnipeg played their best game of the season. And that was in the first round, the first game against Vegas. And I happen to agree with that. And their defensive structure looks good. They look more like the team they did in January when they were first in the Central. I know Vegas is a good team, but I still think the Jets match up really well in a lot of the same areas. And you also have Connor Hellebuyck on the back end, who was no doubt the favorite in goal between the two teams. You know who you got when you can mix 5 different ones for Vegas. So this is played by Brossois. This hits off the goal stick. 15:30 left to go in the second. It's still a 1-0 lead for Winnipeg, courtesy of Adam Lowry power play goal. Stephenson, short side chance, Pietrangelo. We'll just wrap this around the inboards where this gets picked up by Chandler now. Try to get played off the backhand, but a great job by Winnipeg just to brush this all the way through the neutral zone. Morrissey, a couple sticks. Gets us in the offensive end, and now this is flipped back around for Kyle Connor. Now collected Pionk. Pionk patient. He tries to toe drag, picked up off the backhand by Dubois. Dubois, dangerous centering pass there for Scheifele, and that one got flubbed wide. Scheifele now trying to provide some back end support. Here's a stretch pass. It's 1-on-1. Now entering the rush, Pietrangelo. Great work by Pionk as he covered the defense the whole way. And Marchessault, Stone, in behind the office of Hellebuyck. He was a behind-the-back, no-look pass, but it didn't catch Hellebuyck off guard as it's 14:35 left to go in the second. Connor, the Commerce, Michigan Township native, will flip this high in off the glass. I love to say that because I am from Michigan. As this gets recollected now by McNabb. Played in off the backhand. Now it's going to be a race for the puck as Pionk tries to throw the body, and Scheifele puts it around the inboards. Eichel tries to join in on the fun. Kessel gets taken off by the puck. This hits off Hellebuyck. It's brushed aside near the right side red line. Now Vegas starting to get some consistent pressure. Turnaround chance. This gets blocked by the Jets. Scores! Picked up by Vegas in the high slot. It got deflected by the Jets 3 times. But Vegas, Johnny on the spot, tie the game at numero uno here. It's 1-1. William Karlsson, one of the longest tenured Golden Knights, ties it at 14:06. 21st career playoff goal. Goals in back-to-back games in this series. He had the only goal for Vegas in game number 1. So it was good work by Reilly Smith. Karlsson tried to backhand it to Kessel. Kessel tries to locate, and then it's Karlsson that finds it. I'm looking at and tracking Hellebuyck's eyes, and he just got beat with a roof shot that went under the right crossbar in Vegas. Ties this one. It might have actually went in off the left armpit. He got a piece of it, but couldn't close it. But Vegas, they draw this game even. Now flipped in off the inboards where Winnipeg can quickly go the other way, and this is iced. So Vegas, they only get their line changes. Winnipeg cannot. William Karlsson, again, we talk about it. We know he's not on the first line anymore. I know it's been several years, but he was one of those top line guys on the other end for the former Columbus Blue Jacket. But he was picked up in the expansion draft, and now one of the longest tenured Golden Knights ties the game at 1. Again, he had the lone goal in Game 1 for Vegas when they lost 5-1 to Winnipeg. That was the answer they certainly needed, and now we'll see if Winnipeg can put the momentum back in their favor. They've been controlling this game for a long portion, as this is Eichel, and on one of the rare draws, and this gets collected now by Jonathan Marchessault toward the right wall. It's a 1-1 game. It's flipped right out in front out by Marchessault, and now Winnipeg struggling trying to get this out as this bounces away from Tomasino. As this is dumped in, Marchessault gets a piece. It's Vlad Nemestikov now, almost overskates it, and now he does. Vegas is starting to turn that turnstile. This gets recollected by Pietrangelo, looking for a cross pass. Now on the high slot, this goes off the left pad of Hellebuck. There is all sorts of traffic inside his net, and now Vegas trying to locate it. Are they going to blow a whistle? There is all sorts of pushing and shoving now in toward the players' bench, as Alex Pietrangelo was the one that got worked over. And we will see what the Zebras call. This game is starting to take on a whole new tenor. Nino Niederreiter might go to the box yet again, alongside with Alex Pietrangelo. It's William Karlsson. He's the one that ties the game as we go to a commercial break. Come right back. This is a good contest so far. 13-13 in the second.
Who's the best man anyway?
Never met him. Susie said he loved John Dillon.
What about his brother Nick then?
I don't know, but the best man helped him buy his new house.
I heard he helped sponsor John's Little League team.
See?
Wow. Where did John find a friend like that?
WFC Credit Union for all your banking needs.
You should put that in an RSP.
Are you a contractor or a do-it-yourself type who likes to tackle backyard projects on your own? When you owe it to yourself, you make Creative Homescapes your one-stop supplier shop. With Southwest Ontario's best premium lumber, brand new composite decking, PVC fencing, building materials, and more. You'll find everything to bring your backyard projects to life. It's all right here at Creative Homescapes, the backyard living store.
It's not how you fall, it's how you get back up. Goldstein DiBiase represents clients in all serious personal injury lawsuits with care. Trusted relationships through the entire legal process. Goldstein DiBiase. Call us first, 519-253-5242.
Think the past is permanent? Think again. Watch every episode of the Time Travel Drama Series Plan B. Stream free on CBC Gem. Well, pick your poison. You're going to call Schmidt for holding. Look at the Velcro on. Hold on, Neal, but it's Sandberg who buries Eichel into the net. There's the penalty, and of course, Pietrangelo the target for the Winnipeg Jets. Every chance you get, you bump him, you push him, you get in his face. Make it a longer series. Hit that again.
So Dylan Sandberg is in the box as we check back from the break. Yet another power play for Vegas. And Chris just spoke about that because it goes off the crossbar. Just spoke about the penalty opportunities that the Jets have been giving up, and it was just that close for the Golden Knights to take the lead. It goes off the right pipe as this gets recollected, and now another hand goes in the air. I think this one will go against Vegas, however, for a trip. Chandler Stephenson going to the box. So for a minute 39, we will have 4-on-4, and then 21 seconds will be power play time for Winnipeg. So they almost conceded another one of the Golden Knights. What's going on, Johnny, on that end? Almost conceded another one for the Jets. It goes off the right pipe and stays out. But it'll be 4-on-4 action upcoming, and it'll be an offensive zone draw as Chandler Stephenson, one of the best face-off men, gets sent to the box for a hook. Could have very well been a trip at the 12:51 marker of the second. So 4-on-4 for a minute 39. William Karlsson has just scored. John on here with you on the play-by-play. We're watching on the CBC Sportsnet feed between Winnipeg Jets and the Vegas Golden Knights. The series 1-0 Jets. Kyle Connor, face-off win for the Jets. Cross pass, great opportunity, but Kyle Connor gets denied by Laurent Brossoit. And now a 2-on-2 the other way. Eichel will try to chip and chase this one away from Nate Schmidt as this gets picked up now near the right side of the wall. Eichel will spin, trying to use that body. In his best days in Buffalo, he was a puck-carrying machine. This is 4-on-4 for about 1:05. Picked up now by Eichel. He'll make a move as Nicholas Waugh gets canceled off the puck. Nicholas Waugh picks it up, gets the setup across, and Pierre-Luc Dubois with some excellent defense the other way. He negated almost a sure goal. Nate Schmidt off a drop. It doesn't go to anybody except Alec Pietrangelo, who was just getting roughed up about a minute ago. Pietrangelo now will spin 4-on-4 for about 40 more seconds. We've got 11:50 left to go in the second frame as we get an offsides. 23-17. Winnipeg have the shot board advantage, where the score is tied at 1. In the first period, it was a double defection on the power play from Adam Lowry, and then William Karlsson able to score from Phil Kessel is the latest one in the second period. That's it, and that's all so far. Both of those goals, respectively, it started with Adam Lowry, 19 in the first, 5:54 for Karlsson in the second period, with his second in the series. Lowry with his third. As this is entered toward the right side, this goes off the right pad of Hellebuck, and now in behind the office, trying to keep this alive, is Amadio, and a race for the puck now, but this will be picked up by the Winnipeg Jets. Wheeler will spin back. Neal Pionk will play this in off the players' bench. The Jets made sure they didn't touch it to have a too many men penalty, as this gets taken away off the stick left against Wheeler. So now the Jets, when they do get the puck, they will have an abbreviated power play, as this gets sent back down the ice. And this is the wrong time to put the puck down the ice, because it just gave the Jets their power play start with 22 seconds, and now they'll get the full 22 seconds in which to work with if they can win this draw. And again, Bruce Cassidy can't believe it. He's like, why are you guys doing that at this point? He just seems shaking his head on the live TV feed. I appreciate you guys following me between the Twitter Spaces side and YouTube side at John Ryan Out, respectively. If you want to hear clear audio, if you want to be able to join in on Twitter Spaces, it's at that same name. Kyle Connor's already had 8 shots in this game. He is working his way toward the high slot on defense, be a back-end recipient maybe for a 1T, it seems like, off this setup. More of an aggressive defensive setup. So Morrissey now, Connor, gets it back here for Josh. You know, Kyle's got it. We'll send this up with a wicked wrister, and this will be picked up now by Josh, and a race for the puck. Golden Knights, to get rid of this quickly, they could have something good, and this is a stick move instead by Karlsson. I thought he could have passed it across, but he went to go for the crazy play, as he just continues to kill more time. So the Jets abbreviated power play 22 seconds. That'll count as another man advantage, but really didn't have any time to matriculate anything, as this is picked up now near the left side of the red line. Golden Knights, Chandler Stephenson with the sauce pass. It's now near the left side of the wall. Golden Knights slow up. Now they're working behind the net. Is trying to save faces. Dillon DeMelo. This will be fired high, but it goes above the right crossbar. Now in off the end boards. Golden Knights will pick it up. VGK with it, trying to keep it off the backhand. And it's Stephenson, who just came back from the box of a hooking call. We'll play this one down deep. Jets able to pinball this off the glass. It's Morgan Barron. He's the one that's got about the 70 stutures, so if you hit him in the face, I'm sure he's going to feel it. He doesn't want to take those blows. It's Chandler Stephenson now. His back pass. This will be an opportunity now for Stone. Off of the sauce. It might fall back to Stone, but this goes all the way back down the ice. Will this be called? Yes, it will. So it's going to be an offensive zone draw coming here for Vegas, and Winnipeg can't change. With 9:50 left to go in the second frame. We are just halfway through the second period. We're tied at 1. John Underwood and Nicole from T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. I appreciate you guys hanging with me in this late game. So a defensive zone draw upcoming here for Lowry. And Lowry now, he's going to go ahead and tie his skates and put his gloves back on, so they will go ahead and grant him that time. As Eichel gets brushed out, it'll be Michael Amadio and Lowry. This should favor Lowry. He's definitely a centerman. but Vegas able to get this near the right side of the wall. This picked up off of a fake backhand attempt, and this will be Vegas again. Jonathan Marchessault plays it off the wall. Here's the one-timer, scores! It bounced off the wall. Marchessault might have got a deflection on this one, maybe even Eichel, but it's a 2-1 lead for Vegas. It looked like an innocent play behind the net that Hellebuyck probably should have had, but Vegas takes the lead, and it looks like Eichel is the first man to celebrate his first career playoff goal in his first career playoff series. So Eichel, this bounces off the wall, and it was Alec Pietrangelo's shot that gets deflected by Eichel. He keeps his stick on the ice, and he celebrates saying he wants all the money and all the celebrations. Well, he deserves it now because Vegas has just taken a 2-1 lead. So his first of the playoffs at 10:25. It's Eichel on the deflection. And now the Jets, again, they've been playing on the front skate this whole time. But in this second period, Vegas has finally started to get more shots. Again, Hellebuyck only had to stop 15 in game one. They're already at 19. And they got the deflection from Eichel to take the lead, 2-1. As it's 9:05 left to go in this second. Played in off the backhand. As it's Dillon, send this back around Sandberg. And now down the ice, or Uncle Swab will touch this with the goal stick. Vegas has just taken the lead, 2-1. William Karlsson now. The Sandberg, he got hooked a little bit, but this will stay with the mustard gold. Picked up now, looking for a deflection, and now the Jets could have a 4-on-3. It's Vlad Nemestikov off the drop. Here's a chance for Pierre-Luc Dubois, and this is sent back around the end boards, but it's held in. Wheeler tries to get a piece of it now. Nate Schmidt looking on the high side as this goes near the left side red line. Vegas will look to go the other way, left or right. Again, they scored two straight in this second period to take a 2-1 lead. Nate Schmidt trying to keep things alive off the backhand. He'll send this in across the red, and now he'll press it a little bit more. As Vegas finally starting to get some active forechecks in there. Nito Niederreiter tries to help as Vegas caroms this around the kick plate. Sends it all the way back down to get Go Knights Go chance right now. The Vegas-born fans are feeling pretty good about their team as this is sent in. They're trying to even this series at 1. And again, admittedly, in the Thursday said we're just trying to get a game that's close. The only other one has been the Kraken and the Avalanche. Vegas near the right side of the wall. They'll play this off the deflection, and Hellebuyck finds it. They'll hold on and fold on it. As we go to commercial break, 7:40 left in the second. Jack Eichel has given the Golden Knights a 2-1 lead.
Hockey was a passion that turned into an obsession. Until one day I became a veterinarian.
Shit. Something hit me in the head, and I hope that's not a bee. I hope that's just a fly. Because that sounded loud, and that didn't feel good.
How doers get more done.
Cooperators offers financial services and advice tailored to you, like the "It's never too late to get started on investing." Heroes not the only one worried about numbers now.
Representation matters. When communities and people see themselves reflected up on the screens, they move from the margins into the forefront. It is an inspiring and very powerful moment for them, and it gives them hope, and it gives them a voice. When you give people a voice, other people start listening, and when people start listening, things start to change.
Who do you lean on when your opening 4 periods in a playoff series are a disaster? That would be your veterans, and the Golden Knights have plenty of those calling the water. Mark Stone, one of them, who said, "We are the #1 seed. We're not just going to roll over and die." No doubt players like Alex Pietrangelo and Alec Martinez have seen it all.
on the way to winning their Stanley Cup. Their message to their teammates is about making corrections, not panicking. It looked like there was some panicking for a while, but the Golden Knights looked to have found the game.
Now Eichel wins the draw. Up into the point by Marchessault.
So Eichel in his first playoff series, he gets his first playoff goal, and now it's a lead for the Golden Knights, 7:25 left to go in the second. As this is sent back down there for Pionk. Pionk will put this across as this bounces off the stick of Wheeler and then chipped in deep by the Vegas Golden Knights. I'll pull up my lineups again as we look to press on in the second period. About 7:05 left. Vegas has essentially found its first footing in the series, and this is just taken away from Eichel. Eichel gets stick checked, but he's in on the rush and behind the net of Hellebuyck if the Jets can not get this out. Pietrangelo and Zach Whitecloud will get this in deep. It's Eichel that touches it off the backhand. He seems to be rejuvenated a little bit. And the Vegas Golden Knights, they know that they need to win this game in this series and try to find a split. Whitecloud's chance goes right in the webbing and catching glove of Connor Hellebuyck, and we get a stoppage with 6:41. So let me give you a quick reset. Just in this period alone, there's been 2 goals. William Karlsson, there was a bunch of shot blocks in front by the Jets, but it was William Karlsson that found it about the 4th opportunity in the middle of the slot, lifted it above the right crossbar, above the shoulder of Hellebuyck, and then Alex Pietrangelo's slap shot from the right side blue line gets deflected by Eichel and goes back in the net as the Golden Knights take a 2-1 lead. Adam Lowry scored in the power play in the first period off the double deflection. Off the stick lift and the face-off win, but this still falls back to the Vegas Golden Knights. Golden Knights will try to get this out of their own end, and they'll put this in now. As this will go back DVD, Hellebuyck will take a look at it, but this falls back down to Pierre-Luc Dubois. In full flight, Kyle Connor off the backhand, now working his way on the forehand, trying to center into the blue paint, but it hits something else before it ever hit Brossois. As this is picked up now, and the Jets have it. Brenden Dillon sends it across to the defensive partner by Neal Pionk. This gets intercepted by Mark Stone, the Vegas captain, and sent back down by Dillon. Dillon now will take a look. This is outstretched pass from about 50. Will connect there with Scheifele. Scheifele off the drop for Vlad Nemestikov. He's in on the first line now with no Ehlers. Vlad Nemestikov. He gets stick lift. Here comes Scheifele off the backhand. We'll just send this off the wall by Dylan DeMelo. We'll fire this around the end boards now. Picked up there by Vlad Nemestikov as he's being hunted by the mustard gold. Sent back around for Wheeler near the right side of the wall. Picked up now by Vlad Nemestikov. Trying to play this in between his legs. He'll pick it up off his forehand. Vegas now able to intercept. It started to take control of this game. I know there's tons of time with 5:15 in the second, but it really feels like you can say that for the first time in this series. Nito Niederreiter off the rush. Might be a 3-on-2 developing as they try to find Lowry. And now Josh Morrissey. Here's a chance for Vlad Nemestikov as it goes back here for Schmidt. Schmidt into the traffic. Now another opportunity. That might have went off the left pipe, and I think it went off the left pad of Brossois as this gets sent back down. So no icing, and this will allow Winnipeg and Josh Morrissey, the guy that can really much settle everything up here for Winnipeg as far as setting plays, dumps it in. 13 shots to 7 in favor of Vegas. Again, 13 shots is almost as many as in the first. He only had 15 in the first game. As this is picked up now near the right wall. We fired right at the net, and Hellebuyck will hold on at left post to make the save as we get a stoppage at 4:31. Someone tried to push Hellebuyck in front of the net, but he responded. As we get a look at the players' bench for Winnipeg, Nicholas Wallach, Keegan Kolsar, and we're taking a look at the fountains in Vegas. Right at the Bellagio, 4:31, we get a stoppage in the second.
Hey, Dad. Can you talk about your financial plan to pay for my education?
I am loving the new place. Heard you got a good mortgage rate.
Hey, we have to talk about our retirement savings.
I'm convinced the earth is flat.
So 9 votes. I put this in there. Will the Golden Knights even up the series tonight? Out of the 9 votes, it's pretty even. I think there's only one extra on the no than yes. 56% say no, 44% say yes.
This is Sports Interaction. We don't hide behind all this. We're the massive lights. Sports Interaction is homegrown at the heartbeat of your players, teams, and passengers. Analyze their game of sports interaction. Get ready! Big corporate types, will you stop calling each other rock stars?
You are a rock star.
I won't call your coworkers rock stars.
Look, it's great that you use Workday to transform your business.
But it still doesn't make you a rock star.
So unless you work with an actual rock star.
Hi, I'm Oswald.
Hello, Oswald. And you are a rock star. Wasn't gonna say it.
Well, certainly you'd expect a little pushback from the Vegas Golden Knights as it came down to winning the puck that was scrambled amongst probably 9 guys. And they searched it out, they got it, and all of a sudden, things just turned around this shot. It looks like it's going to ride down.
So, John on here with you doing the play-by-play. We'll be coming back into the second period shortly, but Sportsnet admittedly showing the highlights there of Vegas, and they said that you would expect the pushback as they were the top point getters in the West. They've kind of led the Pacific from the word go this year. Look at the bounce back. Again, Vegas has dealt with the injuries just like they did in last year's part of when they didn't make the playoffs. But again, this time they were able to get there. But when you make those moves for Eichel and now he's healthy from the neck fusion surgery, maybe you have another superstar. As Vegas has been rolling the dice ever since they had a taste of it in 2018. And now a shot goes not off the outside of the cage, blocked by the Jets as Mark Stone trying to get a stick lift. That got centered dangerously out front, and Sacramento Lightning got a piece of it. Now another opportunity. This one did get brushed away by Hellebuyck in front of a screen nonetheless, as this gets sent back down the ice. Quickly the other way. Lightning scores! Lifted beautifully by the Jets. That's how you counterattack. We're even again at 2. What a goal there by the Jets. It was Connor Hellebuyck the other way. The fourth line, Kevin Stanley. He was the one that was the recipient of the pass. Brayden McNabb, his chance got swallowed up by the left shoulder of Hellebuyck. Then this just goes down left to right into the middle of the slot. Stanley gets the sauce pass. He just one touches it right off of that. It's Sacramento Lightning. Right to Stanley. He hits a flipping puck above the shoulder of Brossoit. He just kind of swats at it, but it goes above his right shoulder, and we're tied at 2. Jets are back to even. So Stanley with his first of the playoffs. Now we go again in the middle of the slot. Dubois gets it taken away. Sacramento line from DeMelo. Here's Nick Waugh. Nick Waugh now off the cross pass, and this will get picked off by the Jets. They're trying to look for Barbashev there. Brenden Dillon. And this is an opportunity now for Dubois, but he gets rattled off the puck, and now this bounces away from Connor. Now all of a sudden, this just continues to go left to right. Here are the Golden Knights off the back pass. Now in the high slot, gets recollected. Here's a long opportunity that gets stick to side by Connor Hellebuyck. Now the left side of the red line. Vegas try to drop this right in the middle of the high slot. They stay patient with Jack Eichel. Again, he was the one that gave Vegas the lead before it was Kevin Stenlund from Sacramento Lightning who tied it. 3 minutes left to go in the second. It's a brand new game one more time. Winnipeg has gotten this square one more time. As this is sent around, Connor Hellebuyck will play this with the goal stick. Now picked up high off the inboards, chipped off the glass. Will it get out? No, it can't get across the blue line. Eichel, look for the sauce. Here comes the rocket, and this is saved by the right pad of Connor Hellebuyck. That was from Zach Whitecloud. Here's another opportunity, and that was a sacrificial block, maybe a broken stick. This is Vladimir Mestikov. He continues to try to get around his man as he gets brushed down. The Jets fans, I'm sure, want a penalty call. They're not going to get one. There's an opportunity for Michael Amadio off the backhand. Now goes to his defense, fire right on to the left side of the wall as that goes wide. There's a broken twig right in the middle of the slot. And this will get recollected now by Alec Martinez. It's a 2-2 game versus Kevin Stenlund. Winnipeg gets the turnover. Nino Niederreiter forces it, but now he's going to go ahead and take his change. This is the 2-minute marker of a 2-2 game. In game number 2 of this Western Conference quarterfinal. As this is cleared in by McNabb, this will touch the stick of Nate Schmidt. Now Nate Schmidt couldn't get it out quick enough as this is picked up by Vegas. This is dangerous. William Karlsson, he's got a goal in this game. Now near the left side of the red line as he collides a little bit with the referee. It's very busy near Hellebuyck's net right now, near the left side of the red line. Schmidt trying to do some work here with DeMelo, just trying to get this puck out of the Jets. And now they finally do. Here's a chance for Adam Lowry. He scored the first goal of the game off a double deflection. And it's sent back in. White Cloud will pick it up here for Alec Martinez. Martinez with a 60-foot pass that gets recollected by Pionk. He eludes the stick twig as now this goes to Dillon. Dillon now for Scheifele and toward the right side wall. He gets smacked down hard there by White Cloud as this will go the other way for the mustard gold. Pionk now will collect with DeMelo, and his pass gains the red line off of a back pass opportunity, trying to find Scheifele, but it gets intercepted to the neutral zone. And now Vegas will try to matriculate left to right. Good skid state ahead for Chandler Stephenson. This goes off the left blocker of Connor Hellebuyck as we're down to 45 seconds left to go in the second. Brenden Dillon, as Vegas has this very busy. This is gloved out of the air, picked up by Scheifele. Will gain the red line and flip it down, but it's not going to be far enough for icing as Vegas will recollect. Here's a long stretch pass that gets recollected by Josh Morrissey quickly around the end boards now. As this is sent back in between the legs of one of the Jets, to be collected on defense. It's Morrissey with the patience as it's Nito Niederreiter back on the ice for the final 15 seconds. This goes in between his legs. There's another shot opportunity. Not looking for the left side post. Vegas tried to slam it in, but Brossoit cancels it out. Down to 5 seconds in the neutral zone. The Jets have to be quick about it, but it's not going to matter. They're going to go to the second period now, tied from Kevin Stanley. It's a 2-2 tie. We'll see what happens in the third period when we come back.
At one point in this game, the shots were 18-7 for the Winnipeg Jets. As we head into the break, 28-27 in favor of the Vegas Golden Knights.
20-10 for Vegas in that second period. Karlsson and Eichel with the goals. For Vegas, Stanley replies for the Jets. Robin and Hale coming up in our second intermission. It's 2-2 for 2 in Game 2.
Get closer to hockey with the NHL app. Closer to the names you know and need. Closer to all the games, all the time. Get closer to everything you love with the NHL app.
I can't believe this place is ours.
Should we go with Sunset Marigold or Red Ice Susan?
Oh, you were the pay specialist. I'm better at sorting out our mortgage, which was super easy with RBC.
Super easy.
They paired us with our own mortgage specialist to give us helpful advice and our best rate.
Another good idea. Right. Does RBC need a pay specialist?
Maybe.
I can work with me.
Get up to $3,500 and 55,000 Avion points with an RBC mortgage. Stay up at 2 a.m. again tonight. Try Pierre-Luc all night to help increase total sleep time. Unlike some other sleep aids, our extended release melatonin slowly releases up to 6 hours. Is equal Pierre-Luc all night. Fall asleep, wake refreshed.
Subway's new chicken ranch is way cheesier. What do you say, Mark? Actually, it's cheesier than that. Only at Subway. Business in store or on the app.
Come to TurboTax and don't do your taxes. Using an expert will do them for you, so you can do not taxes.
Watch Sportsnet. Our hockey central experts preview a night of game 3. It's 10 times. Then Stars Live. The Star Clock is speaking away. And Oilers Kings. It all happens tomorrow on Sportsnet.
It's time to rediscover a Canadian classic. The Beachcombers, back to the Beach Collection. Streaming now on CBC Gem.
Well, how about that?
Great idea. Celebrate the 50th anniversary with the entire gang.
Oh, hey, Jesse. Hey.
Margaret.
Brown.
Renee Shamar.
Oh, Valley.
Don't say his name. A Canadian Gem on CBC Gem. The Beachcombers. Stream free. Stream now.
Pizza Hut has analytics to help optimize no-look dipping. Ooh!
making adjustments so you can stay focused on the game. The playoffs are supposed to be.
So this is just a quick little reset for those that are joining the Twitter space whenever you listen later to the podcast, or anyone on the YouTube side that's listening live. We'll just give you a quick little reset here. So opening the scoring in 9:18 of the first period was Adam Lowry on the power play. It was the only goal of the first from Neal, Pionk, and Nate Schmidt. It was Pionk was the one that let it fly, and it was a double deflected near the middle of the slot by Adam Lowry with his third of the playoffs. Then Vegas finally decided that they were going to find their footing and get their pushback. William Karlsson off of a, let's say, 4 shot blocks there by the Jets. This is just madness in the middle of the slot, trying to fire at Phil Kessel, trying to locate it as well. Eventually, William Karlsson does. He lifts it over the right shoulder of Connor Hellebuyck, ties the game at 1 at 5:54. Then Jack Eichel. It was an Alex Pietrangelo clapper in the left side of the blue line. Eichel gets a deflection, makes it 2-1 Vegas. Eichel in his first playoff series ever, he gets his first goal at 10:25. And then Kevin Stenlund, after Hellebuyck shuts the door, it's Kevin Stenlund from a one-timer that gets hit out of the air from a Sacramento line and pass in the fourth line for Rick Bowness' squad at 16:01, ties the game at 2. So Laurent Brossoit has stopped 25 of 27, and Vegas has also extended their activity level 25 out of 27 for Connor Hellebuyck. Both goalies at a .926 save percentage.
You know, when you're down deeper in the lineup, you have to take advantage of the minutes you get. Gustafsson, Menelainen, and Stenlund all on the ice. I think it was Stenlund's 5th shift of the second period in the game-time goal. And, you know, I've always wondered about players who have these roles when, for whatever reason, you don't get a lot of time out there and you get thrown out in this kind of a situation. Vegas is all over you, and you're probably thinking, I just don't want to make a mistake and make it worse. And that's why it's wonderful to see a line like this rewarded and get such a huge goal for Winnipeg won in the third period.
I couldn't help but think last night when Clean Costin was the hero of Peter Klima, right? Clean doesn't play a whole lot for the Oilers, scores the huge goal, and Klima famously in the triple overtime in Boston. So, William Karlsson.
Well, William Karlsson, they call him Wild Bill, and he likes to party. And party he did in that period, scoring this goal. And I mean, I break it down for you with the X's and O's. Just kidding. There's no X's and O's. This is just winning every single puck battle for the Vegas Golden Knights. And as you can see, every puck battle, every 50-50 it seemed in the first 10 minutes of that period was won by Vegas. Again, puck recovery, out muscle. Jets are tired. Stick check, stick check, stick check. Another one puck battle back in the net. That's all there is to right there. And I'm sure Rick wants to.
So shots on goal are tied. This is again, shots on goal are tied 27-27. You look at the other team stats. Again, we were above 90 hits. We're already going to be well above that right now. 45-41 on hits in favor of Vegas. And I don't think, again, I haven't seen anything superfluous as far as like some of these hits, like any exorbitant ones. But still, I would say that if you're going to count hits, you're going to at least have to do more of just the brush side. And I think it's been a physical game. That's what Vegas loves to do. I think Winnipeg has surprised me in this series so far as that physicality. They're willing to match every kind of bill on that end.
The physicality, handling that in playoff action. Dillon comes in for the hit, bends it off, and then it's Stone who had a couple of those glorious chances. One of the many nice saves that Hellebuyck had. And this time, making sure his stick was available despite the coverage on him. You can't blame Hellebuyck for either of these ones, but Eichel soaking that up, his very first NHL playoff goal.
Jennifer, you'll have a comment on Marchessault here in just a second. But first of all, Jack Eichel has joined Sean Reynolds of T-Mobile. Sean.
Jack.
So let me just double check here. I'm going to give a couple more notes. Any penalties in that second period? There was one aside on both. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 penalties. And in that totality of 11 penalties, it's still a 2-2 tie between Seattle and Colorado. We'll give a live look at that in a moment. Those are all offsetting. Right now it has the power play opportunities 0 for 4 for Vegas and 1 for 3 for Winnipeg.
Blocking shots, getting in the net, back checking. Those are important things. But They got a big 20 ahead of us. We need to find a way to get another goal here and find a way to win.
Making you successful often means going to the dirty areas. Take us through your goal.
It's a great job by Emo and Marshy back below the goal line. And they recover a couple bucks, get one low to high, Petro.
So I'll just take a quick look
Was able to get a piece
as far as what is left in the time, so we don't miss our featured game.
Appreciate your time, Jack. Best of luck in the field.
Thank you very much.
Because we'll take a live look in between Colorado and Seattle. That one's tied at deuces here. Well, the Avalanche have just taken the lead. 7:01 in the third. It's 3-2 Avs. We got 9 minutes here, so we'll have at least an extended look. We'll get about 6 minutes at least of that. So we'll flip that right now on ESPN. So the Avalanche are just taking a 3-2 lead. I said this honestly. I think the Avalanche must win at Ball Arena right now, just because, again, nobody wants to go down 2-0. I know that sounds obvious to say, but Seattle is much more than Nashville was last year when they didn't have Jussi Saros. They're a really good team, and it's going to be tough to even beat Seattle 4 straight times if you're Colorado. So I think you got to answer on this one. You know that they're going to play a much better game. So officially right now on my screen, 6:30 left to go in the third. It's the first lead of the series for Colorado. They're trying to even the series at 1. And Vegas is trying to even the series as 1 as well. But Winnipeg is just tied in our game. It's 2-2 in the intermission. So we're going to live look at Colorado and Seattle. El Taco says Jets will win this series. On that end, Chris is speaking that. Chris asked me where I'm casting from. Detroit, Michigan, my friend, on that side. I am a Red Wings fan, but I know my team will not be in the playoffs again for probably a couple more seasons. So we get to cast playoff hockey. I hope there'll be a point where we get to cast playoff hockey in my own team. We got to cast a little bit last year with Cooper Hopkins and his Calgary Flames, but not for him this year because they lost Kachuk and Gaudreau. Oh man, there's a fly right in the front. Well, that's not even a fly. It looks like an earwig. Oh, that's gross. Let's see if I can get a napkin. Maybe a cricket. I don't even know what that is. So what happens, you open the garage door and stuff outside. I don't think I'll be able to get it, though. I'm sure it's going to move quicker than me. You got that cerebral palsy as far as reflexes. Shit. I got it. This thing going to hit me on the neck now. Ready to kill some bugs.
Have you noticed everything that follows no offense is offensive? Like, no offense, but you're overpaying for your wireless plan. See? Offensive. Unlimited plans as low as $35 from Straight Talk. And now get a free phone and select plans at Walmart. This electric feels different. Because it's powered by the most potent source of energy there is.
You never know what happens on live stream. Sometimes you got to kill insects. Says Chris Wood says, right on, my uncle knew a relative of Ken Holland and the Wings when they won the Cup in 2002. I got to go to a Stanley Cup and party in Kelowna, British Columbia that he hosted. Very cool on that side, my friend. That's awesome.
said you can't teach an old dog new tricks.
Avs with the 3-2 lead with 4:01 to go, but let's not forget this save with 37 seconds left in the second period by Alexander Georgiev on Jordan Eberle to keep the score tied at 2. A physical third period, some possession time for the Avalanche, and Devontae picks up the rebound and gives the Avs a 3-2 lead here in this third period. Down 2-0 in the first period. The Avalanche find themselves with a lead here late in this third period to tie this series. Larson plays at center circle. Rodriguez ahead to Levin. McNabb travels in. Still manages to control the puck. Off to Rodriguez and Levin. Rodriguez tries to put something from Larson in the left wing corner. Cavaliers takes a hit from Levin. It's a 2-on-2 battle. And precious seconds taking away off the clock for the Seattle Kraken. They want the time to the other. They're looking for the equalizer.
All right. Let's flip back into our game now. It's a 3-2 lead for Colorado. Who says, was definitely a super nice guy. Mike Ball, keeper of the cup, slid me a sip of champagne out of the bowl. Wow. That's a memory, Chris, you'll remember for the rest of your life. That's awesome. I know there are, and I know this has nothing to do from what you talked about, but I wanted to make this point anyway. I know that there are certain people, let's say, it doesn't matter what sport, but sometimes you're a fan of your hometown team and hometown team only. I'm one of those ones when I do the broadcast, I try to call everything straight down the middle. I love hockey. I love hockey playoffs. I cover basketball, baseball, hockey, and the college affiliate stuff. I never tried to do football yet because I just don't know enough. I don't know that, but I love all sports. Cerebral palsy, that I love to play sport. Obviously, I can't, so I end up having to do it this way. I've always been a connoisseur of that. That's what I love. Most people, some people, they only like their own teams, but when you get a chance to enjoy something like that, I mean, that's freaking great. That's really cool. I will say this though, if the Wings do make the playoffs in the next couple of years, and I actually get to call a game now, with the YouTube stuff or Twitter Spaces or whatever else, I might not be so straight down the middle on that end. I might have to let my receding hairline down a little bit and have some fun with it. With everybody else that's been with me, Alec has been cool. I started to work some games with him. And I'll be working with a college buddy of mine tomorrow, for the first time. He just wants to do some color work, so I'll help the play-by-play for Edmonton and LA tomorrow. I'll be with you tomorrow, and then we'll see about Saturday. I might be back with Alec now for the Kraken and the Avalanche. I do miss working with Cooper Hopkins. It's certainly been a while. And I know when we get to the Stanley Cup Finals, I mean, that's our broadcast. If he's not with me on that end, then we get to it'll just be me. But I don't work with anybody else when we get to that point. That's my guy. Chris says I'm a Vancouver fan. It's tough times for us. I'm a baseball fan though. I definitely follow more closely if we had an MLB franchise here. The sad part is for Oakland fans, they're going to lose their team probably to Vegas. Vegas gets everywhere because obviously that's where the money goes. But yeah, that'd be really cool, man. I mean, the Jays, you have that on that side, but for Vancouver, I understand what you mean. It'd be nice to have a baseball franchise. The rules and certainly made everything much better. I know they lost some money on beer sales to the MLB, so they had to extend it past the 8th inning because the games are ending now about 45 minutes earlier. It's more like the 1980s. I was born in 87, so again, I'm probably a little bit older than anyone else that streams on here, but I don't really care on that side. Everyone else I usually work with is about 20, 21. We're all college kids.
The Vegas Golden Knights, they feel like this is what they gotta have. Well, that's the point Kevin was making in the intermission. You hang off of that. If you're a Jets fan, this is what you would take to this point.
So the Winnipeg Jets, they have just tied the game with Kevin Stanley. It's 2-2 as we go into the third period of the Stanley Cup Final quarterfinal West round, game number 2. The series is 1-0 Jets so far. They're trying to steal both games at T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada. We'll see if they can do it. Jack Eichel, he just scored his first power play goal, and it ended momentarily give Vegas lead for the fourth line. Came back and counterattack. Slap shot flubbed. This one might fall back to Brossois, but it's not actually held. And now the Golden Knights will have to backhand this one, but this will get picked up now by Mason Appleton. We'll collect this back to the defensive partner here for Dillon DeMelo. Dillon DeMelo now gains the red line as this gets flipped in. And now Kyle Connor tries to finish a check as Eichel will spin and play this back. Now this Kessel, now with Karlsson, as this will go back to Neal Pionk. Neal Pionk will gain the red line and catapult this in, but actually it's going to be iced at 19:01. This will be a offensive zone draw here for Vegas. Again, I would normally say winded bodies for Winnipeg, but the period did just start. The one thing of note, again, Vegas scored a couple goals. They've already got doubled their production from game 1, but they only had 15 shots in game 1. They have 27 now. The shot board just reached 28-27 with the latest one for Winnipeg, but much more activity against Hellebuck. It's Scheifele set to take the draw, and he wins this one clean, and we'll throw it back to D and Brenden Dillon. Dillon now. This will bounce off of Pierre-Luc Dubois as he tries to get around the shoulder shrug of Alex Pietrangelo, and this will be sent around the side of the cage, where it'll be Reilly Smith racing down the left side dot, but working to a toe drag, and he fired that one high. That was a good-looking slowdown, and a tip out in front as this one gets saved by Hellebuck. As it brushed in deep by Vegas, though, as Kessel tries to give it a chase. But this will be Pierre-Luc Dubois. Cleaning off the entry. When he dropped it back to Scheifele, he's got it now off his forehand instead. Dubois gets canceled off by Pietrangelo. Shot attempts are 45-43 in favor of Vegas, so certainly a lot more production there as far as activity. And this is sent back into the crowd, so there will be no penalties. 18-11 left to go in the third. Shots are now even at 28 aside. So if we give you admittedly the quick score reset, I'll just give you the names. Adam Lowry on the power play from Neal Pionk and Nate Schmidt first. That was the only goal the first. And then it was one Karlsson off Phil Kessel. The chances in the middle of the slot. Jack Eichel from the deflection from Alex Pietrangelo made a 2-1 Vegas before Kevin Stanley and Sacramento line on the fourth line tied it up at 2. So it's going to be Blake Wheeler taking the draw, and we'll see if he gets booted out of the draw. So we will find another face-off man. This is Vlad Nemestikov. You can definitely mix in between the wing and face-off man. You get 2 kickouts of the zone. That's automatic penalty. That's what it used to be, at least. So Vlad Nemestikov against Eichel. As the refs waiting to drop the puck to Vlad to stay back, but Vlad the Impaler wins this one against Jack Eichel. But good pressure by the Mustard Gold as this is sent back up by Vlad Nemestikov. Can't clear it out. And here will be a shot opportunity that goes high and off the end glass. Kept in by Vegas, but this will be with the Jets as Nemestikov tries to take a stick at it from the neutral zone, just chopped at it. 17:45 left to go in this tie game, the third. Drawn out here with you for this nightcap of NHL playoffs. It's been a lot of fun. Wheeler in the high slot with an opportunity off the pass, and now his deflection will get picked up by Vegas. Can they push this the other way is the question, as this just gets dumped in. Vegas defense will take a change as it's Karlsson with Marchessault out there. Hellebuck holding on to that left post. I think this fell right back to him and the catching glove. So we're going to stop it with 17:24. Shots are 28 aside. Again, when I did all the playoff capsules, I encourage everybody to listen to that at hopelesssportsguy.wordpress.com. That's all I John Ryan on. If you want to follow me between Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, all that stuff at John Ryan on, just like it sounds, all one word. It was me picking the Jets in 6. I thought that this would be an upset against the Golden Knights. I understand that the Golden Knights have led the Pacific. They've led all the Western Conference, but I think in the same areas that the Golden Knights could be really good. The same personnel are very, very good, especially, again, no Ehlers tonight, but when you have Wheeler and Scheifele and Connor and some of the other players like Pierre-Luc Dubois, you still got top-end talent. By the way, you got one of the best goalies in the world in Connor Hellebuck. So this should be a good series. That's why I took the Jets in 6. They're trying to win the first 2 games and then go back home to Canadian Life Center and try to at least finish it off and keep that home ice advantage. We'll see if they can do it. And for the Golden Knights, you certainly expected the pushback, and we provided that in the second period. So they're showing the commercial part of the half and half as we're underneath the action. The Hurricanes looking for a 3-0 series lead as they go back to UBS in New York, but now they're going to be without the services of Timo Teravainen. They've already lost Andrei Svechnikov, so they have lost a lot of players. He got slashed right in the hand and broke his hand. So after 2 periods, face-off is 61% for the Jets, 21 shots to 50 in the third period. Right now, so far in game 1, at least 83% for the Golden Knights to 16%. So that's kind of interesting how that is kind of locked in. Tonight, the face-off percentage is 53% to 47 in favor of VGK. Another face-off win for Vegas. Keeps offensive zone pressure alive, and this one will bounce off the left side of the glass. This will be recorralled by the backhand of Kyle Connor. Now Pierre-Luc Dubois will hit this, but it bounces off the escape blade of Scheifele, and now picked up into the neutral zone and dropped back to the former Los Angeles Kings Stanley Cup winner, Mr. Game 7 and Alec Martinez. He's one of the best ones. I always enjoyed that. As this was cleared in off the glass, and Martinez tried to send this back around with Jonathan Marchessault, and this is stick. DeMelo can't get it out. Kept across the backhand. Now Martinez will let it go to the traffic. This goes casually off the right pad of Connor Hellebuyck. Played in off the back skate, try to find Scheifele, and it gets turned over. Connor couldn't locate it. And now Vegas with the entry here. This will be dropped back for William Karlsson near the left side of the red line, but good defense. And now a short side opportunity gets shot wide. Don't really know how, though. Should have tested Hellebuyck from the left side circle. Get collected now by Lowry, and then dumped down the ice where this will find Shea Theodore. Theodore now will skate across the golden helmet. Now good entry in the middle of the backhand. This gets hit aside with a stick shaft of Hellebuyck, and now we'll see if the Jets can pressure this the other way. It's a 1-on-2, and they need some help. Still able to keep this alive is Barron, and the guy with all the stitches is one that fires it right on. And Brossois says no and holds on. As you look at the previous scrum, it was Keegan Kolsar just under the left armpit of Connor Hellebuyck, and then brushed over the glass, and then Nicholas Waugh. He tried to play a quick little backhand that Hellebuyck saw the whole way, but it was still a good shot. 7 shots to 2 this period for VGK. So from that game 1 where they didn't have a lot going, they have already doubled their shots per game. They had about 15. They got 34 now. So they've more than doubled that. I believe it was unofficially 15. So 15-19 left on the third. It's an offensive zone draw for Winnipeg. Here comes a slapper from Morrissey. That's way wide. This goes up the right side of the glass, but kept in by Dillon DeMelo. DeMelo now sent back here for Haig and Whitecloud. And now Whitecloud plays this off the forehand, trying to find a skate inside. And bounces off one of the backs of Vegas. I think they're offsides, so they got to go ahead and touch up. They'll do so now. Jonathan Marchessault, as this is across the red line, and now picked up off the backhand by Winnipeg. Where is it at now? It's Marchessault near the left side dot, as the Jets have a good stick left by Vegas, as this gets recollected by Jack Eichel and thrown down deep. Again, the first game that I covered in the Stanley Cup playoffs was Minnesota Wild and the Dallas Stars in game 1 that went double overtime. Right now it's a 2-2 tie with 14:29 in the third. And did this get shot out of play off a stick? Is Morrissey going to go to the box? No, it looks like he's just going to go to the bench. That just must have bounced off a skate blade, but off of the look that we had initially, I thought it might have went over the glass. But this is just shot out of play, and we will get a face-off, I believe, in the offensive zone for Vegas. I could definitely be wrong about that, though, but what I do know is the score is 2-2, 34-29. It is offensive zone draw here for Vegas. This is one. Stone going to set this one across the D side, and it scores! Chandler Stephenson gives the Golden Knights the lead. When you're talking about face-off wins, and you're talking about a puck that got deflected out of play, it gave another opportunity for Vegas. This time in the offensive end, Chandler Stephenson with his 6th career playoff goal. And VGK is out in front. They're trying to tie this series at 1. Let me go ahead and give you a scoring update just in case that went final. We'll see if the Avalanche tied it up at 1. Yeah, they did. It's a 3-2 win for the Avalanche over Seattle. So they split. You think Seattle's going to be happy? They're going to be going home to T-Mobile Climate Pledge here in Saturday night. I think we're going to be covering that one on Saturday with or without Cooper Hopkins. There might be Alec with me on that side. Tomorrow I will have with Don Tottingham. It'll be the Edmonton Oilers and the LA Kings. So Pietrangelo and Stone got the assist from Stephenson, and now the Jets are behind one more time. Pionk will put this around the right side wall. This will be picked up by Gustafson there for the Jets. Now picked up off the backhand. Sent back from Stanley now. Pionk has it, and they'll send this intentionally wide again for Stanley. Stanley trying to wrap it around and to get a stoppage. With 13:47, I believe the net got knocked off this morning. We will go to a commercial break. Chandler Stephenson has given the Knights the lead one more time, 3-2.
You want to build your own bet? Then you need to try same game parlay bet 365. Two. What? How many? It's totally up to you. It's your bet. You decide. Download the app and see for yourself why Bet365 is the world's favorite sportsbook.
At the Windsor Laser Eye Institute, our main objective is to deliver advanced technology.
Anytime I see those Bet365 commercials on the CBC feed, when I see those Bet365 from the CBC feed, I always see Aaron Paul, and I think of Breaking Bad and Jesse going outside. I know it's been a long time. I do have to watch. I haven't watched all the episodes of Better Call Saul. I was waiting for all that on Netflix, and now I know that there is another prequel part that has some characters in it that I need to watch as well. But I got to watch Better Call Saul first, because Breaking Bad was one of the better TV shows I think I've seen in a long time. I'm not one that watches a ton of TV stuff. I watch a lot more sports more than anything else when I do watch something. When I'm with the fiance, we'll watch some movies and things, but obviously she's not as big of a sports fan as I am. But if it's anything big, she knows that I like it. She won't yell at me about it. Because once I go to her sister's wedding, I think that'll be game 2 of the Stanley Cup playoffs. But after that, I'll be here doing all these streams because she knows that I'm going to cover the Stanley Cup playoffs, whether it's audience of one or not. So Chandler Stephenson off the faceoff went able to get the rebound and score it past Hellebuyck. And now the Golden Knights have the lead. So it's the second lead here for Vegas. 13:45 left to go in the third. John Hunter within the call. We're watching the CBC feed on Sportsnet. This is Game 2 of the Western Conference quarterfinal between the Winnipeg Jets and the Vegas Golden Knights. It's a 3-2 game. Chandler Stephenson has just given the Knights the lead again. Eichel did the first time, as this is almost in the catching glove of Brossoit. And this will be a race for the puck. Chance for Jonathan Marchessault trying to cancel off Nate Schmidt of the puck, as this will be near the left side of the line. And now the Jets will flip this one down as this bounces out of the hands, and this will be recollected by the 4 Golden Knights to just 1 Jet. Near the right side of the red line is Haig. It takes a hit, and Sacramento line in here will drop it here for Dillon DeMelo. Here's an entry pass as this gets cleared in by Scheifele. And this, I guess, will go into the glass, and we will do it again and get a stoppage. 12:56 left to go in the third. Vegas way up on the shot board now. 36-29. This is a far cry from what game 1 was when they had just 15 shots. Now they got 36. They had just 1 goal in the first game. They lost 5-1. Now they're up 3-2. Trying to even this series 1-1. Again, if we look and do our math, I just want to look across some of the ESPN side, as I know we're in the middle of our play-by-play, but every series, with the exception of the Rangers and the Hurricanes and the Islanders, are all 1-1 if this scoreline should hold for Vegas. Those are the ones that are kind of blowing the roof doors off right now, but we'll see if Carolina can keep that alive with all the injuries that they're taking out. Taylor Leiner with a hand issue, broken hand. He's getting surgery on it. This goes around the wall. Picked up now. Great move by Morrissey. DeMelo taking the slapper. Now he lets one go, but this gets blocked. Martinez can't get it out. This stays with Appleton. Morrissey off the backhand. And this is found with a sliding Marchessault. It was Morgan Barron with an opportunity for a deflection. So he's got that full college mask after taking a skate blade to the face from Marchessault in a puck scrum. I'm sure you guys saw that on the social media site. He had his face completely cut wide open, and then he came back out and played the game. I'm sure that fired up all the boys in the locker room there for the Jets. No Nikolaj Ehlers. Hopefully he'll be ready to go in Game 3 when you get to it Saturday night. I believe I will be covering the Kraken and the Avalanche at that time, trying to see the first game at Climate Pledge, the home game. And again, Seattle is in a 1-1 series as the Avalanche just won that game 3-2. Our game's 3-2 right now. The Maple Leafs destroyed the Tampa Bay Lightning. They returned the favor. They won 7-2, and the Rangers all over the New Jersey Devils. They're up 2-0 on series. They won 5-1. It's sent back. Scheifele throws it in front. This gets intercepted by Nicholas Hague. And now it's a race for the puck as Phil Kessel can't get to it. The hot dog man trying to finish his check. The Scheifele gets all spun around. And this gets good to the left side of the red line. Here's a good crunch against the end boards by Reilly Smith toward the left side. This is kept in by the Golden Knights. Picked off by the Jets. Jets now trying to get in the offensive end off the backhand pass. Kyle Connor trying to give and go with Scheifele. And now it's centered to the blue paint. But this bounces in behind the office of Brossoit. 11:35 left to go in the third. Sent back down. Reilly Smith will stick it ahead. And the Golden Knights and Bruce Cassidy's squad will take a full change. 36 shots to 30 in favor of EGK. They're up on the scoreboard 3-2. Chandler Stephenson with the latest goal as Vegas tries to get back in this series and tied at 1. Winnipeg Jets looking for a commanding 2-0 lead and try to go back home. But they'll take a split. But you have to believe that they knew they were going to get a press from Vegas. And they had the lead from the very beginning, but Vegas had a pair of 2-goal leads. This is the second time they've had one. Winnipeg came back the first time and tied at 2. This is in behind the office. Jack Eichel lost it. It's spun back around for Stone. And now Marchessault gets taken off the puck. Some good work there. Niederreiter trying to force it loose. And this is cleared back down the red line. And this will be iced against Winnipeg, so they cannot change. 10:45, and now Niederreiter with a big push on Stone. And he was trying to wait until Stone got full speed so he can give one of those forearm shoves. And now Eichel coming back with a little bit of a push. We'll see if that matriculated anything when they show any of these TV replays, if I need to subside anything to you on the radio end. You can listen on Twitter Spaces and the YouTube side at John Reinott. Niederreiter got smoked by McNabb, so what he did is just Niederreiter wanted to give one to the captain, Mark Stone, because he knows he's got the back issues. And there's a little bit of a reverse hip check. You don't see those too much more. So this will be a defensive zone draw, and we will have to do it again as one of the Jets. It's taken off the draw. Nemestikov thought he was getting tossed, but he's going to come back in. It's Jack Eichel against Nemestikov. Eichel wins it clean toward the right side dot. This goes wide of Connor Hellebuyck, but this will stay in the offensive end as this will be spun back around. Michael Amadio is going to take a look in the high slot. Fans, I believe, want a penalty on something. I didn't see it, to be honest with you. Here's a stretch pass as Morgan Barron got stripped of the puck. And now this will be collected by the Golden Knights. Eichel has it toward the right side dot. High slot. This gets deflected. This goes off a couple of Jets sticks. And DeMelo will just get this across the neutral zone. As Hague will brush it to his defensive partner now. Hague is out there with White Cloud in the third line defense for Bruce Cassidy's squad. As we officially hit the halfway marker of the third. It's a 3-2 lead for Vegas, and they're trying to even this series at a game apiece. John out here with you with Game 2 of the quarterfinals between BGK and Winnipeg. We're at T-Mobile Arena right now. I've been there one time, and it's absolutely beautiful. We went there in March Madness before COVID when I saw the Red Wings win. I always like to reference that. Before COVID was good times. As this is sent back around. And now the Jets, they have it. It's Nate Schmidt trying to get this pass out in front, and Alex Pietrangelo will intercept. And Vegas will try to go the other way. Keegan Kolesar turns it over as Vegas attempted to go right to left. And now Vegas will deal with some pinballs in behind their office as Morgan Barron trying to also finish his check. This gets picked up by Vegas off the back skate. And now it's offsides. with 9:14 left to go in the third. 36 shots to 30, 53 hits to 52. We are well over the 100 marker. We've already had more hits than we did in game one. And this isn't for the faint of heart. It's the Stanley Cup playoffs. I think McNabb also going to the dressing room they're showing, so we'll see if he returns. Come right back and finish up third period.
With the capability of a 2-inch lift, the versatility of the available multi-tailgate, and the connection to an available 13.4-inch diagonal touchscreen. The Chevrolet Silverado, taking adventure to a whole new level. Finance a 2023 Silverado ZR2 at 3.49% for up to 72 months. Plus, eligible Costco members get a $750 bonus.
Can you have an awesome spring on a budget? Which spring? Spring the Storms? Spring's Awakening? Oh, hey Dave's Junior Summer? Second winter? You forgot real spring. We got you.
Whether you're into pucks, or wickets, or red cards, there's a Molson with your name on it. Canadian, XL, Ultra, Molson. Everyone in.
So you want to watch the National during the hockey playoffs, but where is it? You can find it on CBC Gem, CBC News Network starting at 9, or on the CBC News app. The National, Canada's newscast, here for you during the hockey playoffs.
Are you ready for a total physical and emotional transformation?
Yeah! A big deal for real.
Vegas Golden Knights have gone through 5 goaltenders this year. It's incredible how well they played with different netliners. They can return. Marchessault, I mentioned, was 703, and then he got that first blemish in game 1. The question was, how would he respond to that? Well, here you go. Pretty good. And it's the one thing that I was wondering coming in, if he was to allow a couple of weak goals quickly in this one, how would that affect the Vegas Golden Knights? But that has certainly not been the issue, as he has been round sharp, even though they fell.
Checking back in for the break, I know the one question that's been on a lot of folks' minds, and again, it's good for Sportsnet to point this out. Marchessault and his play, again, giving up a 4 in the last game on that side. How would he feel in this game? Well, he's been very good. He stopped 28 out of 30 on that end, as this goes next to Connor Hellebuyck, and he makes the save. 8:52 in the third, and again, as they mentioned, and I throw this on the notes as well, Vegas has used 5 different netminders this year. When you're thinking about Logan Thompson, Aiden Hill, Laurent Brossoit, Jonathan Quick, and I think they had an emergency one that I wasn't listing on the other end. So for 5 different ones on that side. And again, don't forget they still have Robin Leonard, who's recovering off of double hip surgery. And I think he has that exotic snake farm that he's got to pay because he had declared bankruptcy. Yes, that's an actual thing. As 8:45 left to go in the third, and this is sent back down the ice, and that was one of those Marc-Andre Fleury replacements in Robin Leonard, who's been very outspoken about all this, but he's been more time injured in Vegas than he's actually played, as they entered way off sides. That was Kessel in full flight, trying to get his full speed there. He should have given him a shot. He can be capable of a big goal. I know he's not what he used to be, but for the Pittsburgh Penguins and the Toronto Maple Leafs, Phil Kessel was the absolute man. So 8:34 left to go in the third. It's Kessel now with Connor. Vegas has a 3-2 lead. The latest goal was Chandler Stephenson, 30-25, are the faceoffs in favor of VGK. They are trying to get the series even back at 1. As this gets recollected, Connor's pass, Morrissey will get a chance to collect with Pierre-Luc Dubois. He'll take a hit and dump this one in, and Kessel will try to be the first to it now. He's shielding off the body against Scheifele. This goes in the high slot. Jets, patient. They get the traffic, and Brossoit able to slide over near the left post. Morrissey puts his head up to the sky just to see where he might have missed that, but it did get fired on net, and Brossoit made the save with the right catching glove. He caught that low. And it's going to be an offensive zone draw upcoming here for Winnipeg. 8:09 up to the third. So Brossoit has certainly had his bounce back. And in the playoffs, when you play every other day, maybe he solved any type of goalie controversy. And we'll see what happens if Logan Thompson ever gets healthy enough in postseason. Whether or not he'll get some starts, but right now, maybe it will be Brossois next because it's been a great response. And it's been a great response from Vegas in general. As here is a back pass. Michael Amadio plays this off the right embankment. This will go back into the high slot in the left side blue line. He'll fire one that goes wide. And Vegas now will get a chance to recollect near the right wall. As they'll come together against the glass, it was Morrissey that delivered the hit. And now Stanley. We'll take a look at it. This is near the left side of the red line. This will be touch pass here for Haig. Haig will fire into the screen as it's bounced off the back end of the net. Picked up now by Nate Schmidt, but it's turned over. Hellebuck now will look toward the left side of his post. Now with Nicholas Waugh as he gets canceled off the puck by Morrissey, but it's still very busy. Morrissey now trying to send this back around. Now White Cloud will shoot this quickly. This gets blocked. Jets just trying to locate it so they can go the other way, left to right. Here's a touch pass both ways. Mason Appleton will drop it. Now Morrissey will fire. Where does this one bounce? This goes near the left side of the wall. And now the Golden Knights. This is a 3-on-2. Stephenson cross scores! Vegas makes it 4-2. That one might be Mark Stone, but that was set up beautifully, and Stone never stopped moving near the right wall. Welcome back to the captain, his 24th career playoff goal, and Vegas now up by 2. 6:59 in the third. That is a monumental goal for VGK. So after it was just brushed aside by Brossois, this gets sent the other way and played off the cross pass. Stone off the give and go. No chance for Hellebuck. He was trying to glide to stay on side. Stephenson leaves it here for Stone. That should be a goal. And I don't think there's going to be an offside. He had that skate blade up, so he wasn't. So, no, that's his first of the playoffs. He's back. Again, they used that LTIR money. That's kind of reminds you of a couple years ago with Nikita Kucherov. But all's fair in love and war, I guess. Some people don't like it, and I can understand why. But Mark Stone is back. He gets first of the playoffs there from a gorgeous feed from Stephenson. As Vegas picks a 4-2 lead. Picked up now by Pionk. He gets taken down. No call in front of the Zebras there. And now the Jets really have to press. They're down 2 goals with 6:20 left to go in the third. Morgan Barron looks to finish his check. The fans are really waving the towels here at T-Mobile. That latest goal might be the one to do it. There's still 6:05 left in the third as Marchessault plays this off the embankment. This is iced. 6:03 in the third. So you have goals from Stephenson and Stone, some of your big boys there, as the Stone family is looking on, and they're very happy to see their son score. Chandler Stephenson with a gorgeous sauce, and it's right, the Stone, the captaincy finishes it right off, and it's a 4-2 lead for VGK as utter elation on Stone's face. 38 shots to 32. Vegas up 4-2. They scored 2 in the third. 1 point last time playoff games, 8 shots and a -5. Again, he's just coming back from injury. Mark Stone's played a lot of games injured here. Again, I know a lot of players do. It's the NHL, but lingering back issues, that's no joke. As this one goes up and out of play. 5:49 in the third, we get a commercial break. Vegas wants to coast and take this one home. Get a 1-1 series tie. They're up 4-2.
The heavy hitter. The original. The award winner. The non-conformist. The weekend warrior. There's an award-winning Ram truck just for you, with a full line of trucks for immediate delivery during month of Ram. Get 15% off MSRP and Ram Classic for up to $11,000 in discounts. Plus, get 4.99% financing.
Nothing. With Expedia, you can save when you book your flight, hotel, and car as one customized package, so you can have a bit more money to do even less.
Hey, let's take a break.
There's never.
You want to take your game to the next level? At Bet99, we are upping the ante. Why go to Vegas when you can bring Vegas to you? With Bet99 Casino, the phone in your pocket is the ace up your sleeve. With hundreds of slots, live dealers, and progressive jackpots, it's like having a casino right at your fingertips. Join us and go all in with Bet99 Casino.
Well, it's interesting how Bruce Cassidy has handled Mark Stone's return. Played him over 20 minutes in his first game back after being injured for a long time. The reason? Well, Stone isn't a speed guy, so he's not worried about him getting tired. He said it's all about his hands in that situation. So Cassidy plays Stone that much quite simply because he needs him. That last goal, a perfect example of why.
Absolutely. And how about the slight adjustment by moving Brent out up to that line, moving Karlsson back down to Colasar. What a great play by Alec. So read your players, see who's going, and put the right guys together. Into the goal, and it's just the 4 shots.
5:30 left to go in this third. Mark Stone has just given Vegas a 2-goal lead. It's 4-2 now. They try to even this series at 1. At least the Jets will have the split nonetheless when they go back to Canada Life Center on Saturday. But they knew that they were going to get a little bit of pushback there for Vegas. It's one that I feel like they had to have, the way that the Jets played in Game 1. And now we'll see if Ehlers will be available for Saturday. Mark Stone, again, some Vegas fans are wondering if he even should have played, as he just come back from the back issues. But in this second game, he's been much, much better. But again, he's missed about 3.5 months. You got to be able to give him some time to get back into the game shape of things and figure it out. That's the way it is for anybody. So 4:45 looking the third. There was a humongous hit on the other end as Morrissey gets taken down. And Vegas tried to get this on their own end. But we're well over 120 hits. And that's just off the top of my head. Some of the things that we checked on the unofficial ESPN box. Nate Schmidt will send this now down deep as this will be recollected and finished off the Mestikov. And Haig will try to finish some contact. Stephenson will join in there with Haig. Stephenson got a couple of points in this period to give Vegas a 4-2 lead. And a 4:15 left to go in this third. A lot more shots here for Vegas. And again, of note, just 15 shots on goal in Game 1. They're at 38 here in Game 2. And they got a 4-2 advantage. As this one's iced, White Claw's the first to get to it. As we get a little bit of a meeting here on the ice, but it'll go the other way. 4:05 in the third. It seems like Vegas has found the answer that they needed. And again, that was a wonderful play. It was started by Brett Howden near the right side. He found Chandler Stephenson on the rush. Stephenson sent it back across from the left eye to right to Stone, and he finished it off with the one touch. 15 minutes of offensive zone time possession to about 10.5 on the other end for Winnipeg. As this has been a great answer here for VGK. So Vegas tries to win the draw, but this will actually go back to the Jets, and they'll flip this one down here for Morgan Barron. He's the one that got all those stitches, as we talked about. Somebody goes in over end. That's Jack Eichel near the left side of the faceoff dot. But Vegas, at this point, they're just trying to pinch and kill some time. And a one-time ripper, this goes high off the left side glass. Can this be kept in by the Jets? They'll spin around. Morrissey set it back up. Fake the slap shot for Vlad. Now Morrissey try to find him between the circles. Pionk runs into a couple of his own players, and that's going to allow the Golden Knights to maybe rush this the other way, looking for some reinforcements off the back pass. And a diving shot block by the Jets takes out one of the Golden Knights. Morrissey with a drop. As the Jets gain the offensive end, Morrissey will spin, and it takes down one of the Jets. But the Knights are back there. They got to go get and pick their stick up, as the Jets will watch this one get flipped in their own end by Eichel. And we're down to 3 minutes. Running out of time are the Winnipeg Jets right now. They are getting blasted here in the second period. They've given up 2 straight goals. And they might have to pull Connor Hellebuyck out there pretty soon as this gets sent down. This touches the left pad of Brossois. So this will not be iced. And this will be an opportunity for Mason Appleton to try to win a puck battle. 2:45 left to go in the third. As this is picked up now near the right dot. Nicholas Haig will get this here for William Karlsson. And Eichel will spin and send this one down deep and take his change. Karlsson stays out there right in the middle of the slot with the shot, goes, scores! Mark Stone again! Look what I found! 5-2! the captaincy is getting it done. And William Karlsson, he is the one that stayed out there to create the play. And Mark Stone, he looks good tonight alongside the cheerleaders and the ice squad and everything else that said VGK. You got everything. Even the dinosaur, at least the dragons on that end. But William Karlsson gets us in behind the net near the left side dot, lets it go, beats Hellebuck clean, and Mark Stone. It makes it a 5-2 game. And that might have actually got deflected off of one of the Winnipeg Jets' stick. Let me take a look again. I think it did. It went off of Nate Schmidt's stick. But Mark Stone is going to get all the credit in the world for that. And boy, is he happy. And again, I don't even think it's just to be happy to tie the series at 1. I think it's to be happy on the ice playing a hockey game with his mates. The 4th multi-goal playoff game here for Stone, as VGK at this point, at 2:30 left, have an insurmountable 3-goal lead. I don't think that's going to be an announcer jinx to say. Captaincy very happy at that point. Vegas, 5-2 lead. Second goal of the playoffs at 17:30 for Stone. Assisted by Karlsson and Hot Dog Man Phil Kessel. 2:15 left in the third. As the Jets got smoked here in this third period, they certainly ran out of fuel. Again, how many puns can we use? But the Jets have played great for the first couple of parts, at least the first 4 periods in this series. But Vegas finally found their pushback because they had nothing in that first. It was all Jets. Would have been interesting to see if they would have got multiple goals in that first, if this game would have really changed tenor. But Stone now at this second, he's got back-to-back goals. Maybe he can get a natural hat if Winnipeg decides to take Hellebuck out of the cage. Although they're down 3. It's 1:35 left to go in the third. Played it off the backhand. You don't need a rider. We'll get it back from the defensive Pionk, as this is picked up now by the Mustard Gold. Sent back around for Jonathan Marchessault. Looks like it's all over but the crying at this point, as it's been all Vegas here in the final frame of regulation. Mason Appleton finishes his check, as this is collected now by Nino Niederreiter. Third line's up there for Rick Bowness' squad. 39 shots to 33. And the VGK crowd, I know that there's a lot of bandwagon as far as traveling from Vegas and doing all those other things. It's a great town that's always filled with fans. But imagine all that the hometown fans are happy they stayed to witness this, because now they're rising to their feet in the final minute waving the towels. They're enjoying what they're seeing right now. As Vegas flips this down. This will be collected by Winnipeg. Got to finish up the last 45 seconds, but this series will be tied at 1 as Laurent Brossoit makes a save in the catching glove from Morgan Barenchance. So, John, I'm here with you. This was a lot of fun on the Thursday night. Tomorrow I will be back with Don Tottingham. He's going to help me with the color side. He wants to get a first opportunity for that, so I said no problem to one of my college friends. He used to host the radio station at the Oakland Golden Grizzlies in Rochester Hills, Michigan at the college radio practice. So he's going to do some color with me as we take in the Edmonton Oilers and the LA Kings tomorrow in Game 3. That series is tied at 1, so we'll see who wins that pivotal swing. It was the Oilers that just got the latest one at Rogers Place. We'll see what happens at Crypto.com. Well, right now in this finale, I'll have the game start at hopelesssportsguy.wordpress.com per usual, along with the audio. But VGK has even this quarterfinal series at a game apiece. A monumental third period. They scored 3 unanswered goals as the Towels continue to wave, and they're going to win this one 5-2, and they'll even this series up, and they will play Saturday night at the Canada Life Center. I will see you guys then. Have peace. Have a good one, everybody. We'll see you soon. See you guys.